Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Doyle Field.
And we welcome you back here to the campus of Assumption College, where Leominster and Shrewsbury will be kicking off momentarily. We just had the coin toss. As always, is brought to you by Woodcomb Insurance. Call them at 978-840-8700 or find Woodcomb Insurance on the web at www.woodcomb.com. All right, Billy, you had the eagle eyes over there as always.
It looked like Shrewsbury won the coin toss. They have elected to defer, which means Leominster is going to be receiving the opening half kickoff, and they will be protecting the end zone to our left.
Fantastic. All righty, so we are just waiting for our broadcast partner Todd to return, and right now we are just waiting for the national anthem to finish up. So we are going to pause for just a moment.
The important part, this game's going to start on time, as in when scheduled. I'm okay with it starting late, for the record.
Welcome to Todd's new soapbox for the 20. My word.
Most important, by the way, checking in with us on Facebook.
Already?
Justin Stevens. Todd Robbins is the GOAT. Justin Stevens just became my favorite fan.
Goat? What does that stand for?
Greatest of all time. Oh,
I was hoping you would come up with something a little more creative, Kate. I was trying to lob you a softball.
Give her a couple weeks. Oh, Bill Thomas, we're getting set. Colonials.
Gag over a tuna.
Okay, there we go. There we go.
You can do better than that. We'll give you some time.
I'll take that one.
We'll give you some time for that. All right, here we go. Colonials heading out to the field to do the kicking, and Bill Thomas, that means it's time for our kickoff.
Well, a proud supporter of Leominster High School football with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and over 25 years of experience, make Troy Hebert your first choice for your home construction, remodeling, and damage repair needs. Find Troy Hebert online at troyhebertconstruction.com and line up your free estimate. Now with the call of the game, the voice of the Blue Devils, Todd Robbins.
All right, Bill Thomas. Eddie McAdam with the ball on the tee. 40-yard line at our right. Puts the right foot into it, angling it from left to right. It will skid across the 25-yard line, be fielded on a ground ball hop by Gabe Elias. Elias will corral the ball, work his way forward, cross the 20, then the 25, and be taken down around the Leominster 27-yard line.
The GOAT.
I'm still trying to come up.
I'm going to have to speak to that child.
I don't know who Justin Stevens is, but you know what? He just got a seat in the broadcast booth.
Hey, a fan is a fan. Don't question him.
Hey, they're oh ye but few. Take the ones you have. All right, as we get set, Leominster is going to come from left to right here in quarter number one. Just 5 seconds into this one. Leominster with the first offensive touch of the football.
I'll be down here if you need me.
Hi, William.
I love this room in the booth. Thank you, Assumption.
You might notice a little hollow sounding here. No crowd mic out there tonight, and we have a pane of glass in between us and the field. So
it's just you and us.
Bear with us. And here we go. On first down, the handoff straight up the middle. Looked like, and it was, Connor Marchand that got the carry from the fullback spot. Stymied right at the line now, then gained a couple of yards, kept his legs moving for a gain of 3. Let's meet the Leominster offense. It's brought to you by Schofield Power Equipment.
JC Core, number 6, sophomore quarterback.
Adam Couch, number 21, senior running back.
Connor Marchand, number 22, senior fullback.
Zach Del Judas, 81, senior tight end.
Gabe Elias, number 7, senior wide receiver.
Harley Gillott, number 1, junior wide receiver.
Kyle Philbin, number 51, sophomore tackle.
Frank Apoku, number 60, junior left tackle.
Jack Philbin, number 50, sophomore guard.
Hi, my name is Dominic Delgado. I am number 65. I am a senior, and I play offensive guard.
My name is Zachary Calladay. I'm number 64. I'm a senior, and I play offensive guard.
I'm Joe Conlon, number 72. I'm a junior, and I'm the right tackle.
And just like that, Jack Philbin introduces himself and snaps the football over the head of J.C. Cora. Cora going back trying to get to it, but he's not going to get there. Cam Schaefer wins the run to the bottom of the pile, and Leominster gives up the football early. And the Colonials take over deep in Leominster territory on that bad snap, recovered on the play by Cam Schaefer of the Colonials. And here we go. Colonials first down and 10. The handoff goes straight into the hands of Schaefer. Schaefer turns the left corner of the line, inside of the 10, cut down inside the 5 and around the 4-yard line, and all of a sudden, Bill Thomas, Leominster goes from having the football and things getting a chance to start and, whoops, snap the ball over your head, and you're going to give up 7 points right now.
Yeah,
early 6.
That shotgun's going to come back to bite him here early on. We know we've been seeing a problem with that exchange between the center and the quarterback, and but I think that's the first over-the-head one we've seen that's led to this much trouble.
We introduced the Leominster offense via Schofield Power Equipment, and they were gone off the field rather quickly. So Drew Campagnoli and his offense split backs on the field. The snap and the give this time for John White. White was swallowed up at the line by the defense, gained maybe a half a yard. It will be second down and goal to go from about the 2-yard line. This is going to be a big test for the Leominster defense right off the start.
You took the 2 words right out of my mouth. I was going to say big test right here, and we got a third down, actually a second down here, but it'd be nice if the Blue Devils could keep them out of the end zone. Such a morale booster here, but it's a tough, tall order right here.
It's exactly what Coach Palazzi was talking about, that key to the game. Yes, understandably, the special teams, but you can't make massive mistakes on something like a center to quarterback exchange deep in your own territory. Give that ball away, you're just giving away free points.
And here we go. Second down and goal to go for the Colonials, going right to left here in quarter number 1. Here's the snap for Campanelli. The give to the big smash back straight up the middle there. 34 on the carry. That was Tucker Montague on the carry for the Colonials. He may have been down. Officials converge, and after some discussion, they say Montague pierced the goal line. It's a Colonial touchdown. And the turnover turns into 6 for the Colonials 3 plays later.
I thought they had him stopped there, but we're at a bad angle. But it sure looked like I hate when the officials take that long and the kids are rolling around and all of a sudden they see where the ball is. But, you know, that's what happens when you have a turnover deep in your own end. It's kind of tough to stop the inevitable there, and Shrewsbury took advantage of it.
McAdams to try the extra point. Ball down, kick is up, and it's through. And just like that, teams coming back up the field. We're about 2.5 minutes into this one. 7-0, the Colonial lead. We'll keep it right here at Multi-Sport Stadium on the campus of Assumption College as we were just getting started with our opening kickoff. Leominster draws the opening kickoff, and then all of a sudden they give the ball up after one play. They had one play into the middle of the line. Everything looked okay. Second snap, ball right over the head of J.C. Cora in the shotgun. Nobody but Cam Schaefer there to recover it. Schaefer takes it, and 4 plays later, 3 plays later, all of a sudden, it's a Colonial touchdown. Kate, you've got the Colonial scoring drive?
Why, sure I do. 3 plays, 20 yards, time of possession, 1 minute.
Yeah, how about that? And that's how 60 seconds can change things.
Now, yeah, and I mean, Coach Palazzi, what can you say to the kids other than if we don't score, we're not going to win anyway. So let's go out there. Yep. You know, we spotted them a touchdown, but we still got to score. So, you know, the 7-0 or 28-0, if we don't score, it's not going to matter.
All right, McAdams got the ball on the tee, 40-yard line at the right, and here we go. This one, end over end. They are picking at Gabe Elias. Elias will field it at the 20-yard line in a basket style. Full head of steam to the 25, and he's cut down at the 26-yard line after a return of 6 for Gabe Elias, and I think they're going to kick it away and over to Gabe Elias all night long. He's the untested one, filling in for Brian Rodriguez.
Yeah, and it looks like they got Couch's number, and they're gonna stay away from 21 as much as they can.
So
hopefully they won't be kicking off too much tonight, but that's going to be another key to the game. If they're keeping it away from somebody, it means that they're scoring way too much.
That's 2 kicks, already 2.5 minutes into this one. Out of a standard eye, the give was for Connor Marchand, and he is swarmed by about 4 Navy jerseys, and down he goes quickly. Gain of maybe a half a yard for the bruising fullback. It'll be second down at about 9.5. 8:20 to play here in the first quarter. Shrewsbury on the Leominster giveaway, an unforced error, recovers and punches it in. 7-0 Shrewsbury's lead. Leominster already on their second possession of the football game.
Yeah, and I have a feeling that any yards that are going to be gained up the middle are going to be some tough yards, and I'm looking at a big hunk of beef out there in Trenton Lovelace. I don't have his number, but he's pushing all of 300 if anything.
That's lovely.
Shotgun with Couch the back in the backfield. Snap, and he'll roll out toward the trips. Sets his feet and throws downfield. That is tipped twice by navy blue jerseys and incomplete.
That was precarious.
The intended receiver was Gabe Elias. Down on the field before the game, the field was a little bit damp. It's going to add some dew to the football, make them a little bit slick. But given the rain that we've had over the last day and a half, not all that bad on this turf surface here at Assumption College.
Yeah, I mean, if conditions are going to be the same for both teams out there, a little slick, a little damp, but the field looks in great shape, and as a college field should. The lighting is spectacular, but J.C. Cora got away with one there. He was lucky the 2 Colonials had a beat on that. One knocked it away from the other one.
And here's a shotgun set again, this time. Twin receivers to the open right of the formation, Couch in the backfield. Here's the snap. Roll, now throw back against the grain. Pass complete on the screen for Connor Marchand with some room on the left side. Marchand's got first down yardage across the 40. Now midfield, sheds a defender across the 45 and cut down at the 40-yard line. What a play by Connor Marchand with the throw back against the grain. It's a gain of 33 yards. And Billy, your favorite part, it's all yak.
That is all yak. And I got to tell you, nice misdirection there, but maybe we might have seen something there. A very aggressive Colonials defense went for the fake, went for the rollout, and left the entire left side of the field open for that throwback screen. And we're going to have something we're going to have to watch for, that aggressiveness and maybe over-aggressiveness for the Colonials defense.
Split backs in the backfield behind Coron, 1st and 10. The snap, and this time a little counter motion. Give it to Couch. He comes right to left, turns the corner inside the left tackle, crosses the 40 to about the 38-yard line. Gain of 2, and it'll be second down and 8 to go. Big plays thus far in the story. 3, maybe 4 minutes into this one as we wind under 7 minutes to play here in quarter number 1. It'll be a second down and 8 for Leominster at the Colonial 38-yard line at left hash as Leominster goes from left to right. Wearing the road white tops, royal blue bottoms, trimmed in white and royal blue. The classic white helmet, white grill, single royal blue stripe up the center for the Blue Devils tonight. Cora in a gun, Couch in the backfield with him. The snap and now the hard rollout. Couch looking for some time. He will throw into the boundary. Pass is caught, but was he inbounds? No. Arlie Galat hauled it in, but he was on the white stripe.
Good job by J.C. Cora there just to keep the play alive. Had a Colonial in his face, and but he had his eyes on his receiver, just a little late delivering it, but at least no interception and no play for a loss. So good heads-up play there by J.C. Cora. He's learning.
Put it in a place
He's only
where
a sophomore.
only his receiver could catch the football. There's something to be said for that.
And as long as he's learning by the mistakes that, they've been working through the first 3 weeks, the coach got to consider that progress. And I saw a little bit right there. A little good heads-up play by J.C.
3rd and 8 from the Colonial 38, going left to right. Snap, play action, fake. Now sets, looks down left sideline. Got a man beat. Del Judas tries to haul it in, and he can't do it.
That would have been beautiful.
Yes, it was. He had beat 3 defenders down the left numbers and just could not pull it in. Could the tight end, Zach Del Judas, got some fingers on it and could not pull it in. It brings up 4th down for the Blue Devils at the Colonial 38.
Yeah, trying to do one of those Odell Beckham circus catches with that one hand up there. Couldn't quite corral it. Tough over-the-shoulder attempt at that grab. And it was right on the sideline. Not much room to work with over there. Looks like we're going for it on fourth down
here comes
huh?
Leominster right back out. Fourth down, 8 to go. Colonial 38-yard line at left hash. Going left to right. Shotgun set. 3 receivers to the right of the formation. Couches in the backfield with Cora. Good snap. Cora will roll out, set his feet, throws a bead in and out of the hands. Incomplete. It was Gabe Elias, the intended receiver. They split the 2 defenders, and Elias could not haul it in. Turnover on downs. Ball back to the Colonials. Not an entire loss, but a big play opportunity that Leominster got to move the football and unfortunately couldn't capitalize on.
Not only that was a beautiful pass.
Yes. But you know, he hit him right in the hands. That's what happens sometimes. But I think Elias looked to turn upfield, maybe heard a footstep or 2, but you can't run before you catch the ball. And
that's right.
And I think Elias was just a little over anxious there.
Here comes a first down and 10 for the Colonials as they go right to left here in quarter number 1 with a 7-0 lead. 6:15 to play here in the first quarter. 4 receivers out, back to pass. Campagnoli snaps one out to the left, pass complete to John White. Crossing the Colonial 40 at the 41-yard line. Goes for a gain of about 4, 2nd down and 6 to go. Colonials wearing the home navy blue tops and bottoms, the color rush look, all trimmed in Vegas gold front and back with the numerals, and the Vegas gold helmets with the navy blue grills.
Nice play there defensively out here. It was corner position by Adam Couch, taking on that receiver one-on-one and holding him up until some help showed up upon the scene. Held him for a 3-yard game. But I think we're going to see a lot of that type of offense, those quick hitters, those wide receiver screens, and get them out there one-on-one.
Yeah, 3 receivers open to the right in this shotgun formation. Campanelli the snap, hard roll to his right. Got a receiver, beat him, backpedaling, makes the catch down the field. It's TJ Morgera, and Morgera backpedals his way until a tackle at around the Leominster 15-yard line. Ooh, boy, was that a pretty pitch and catch for 44 yards.
You know, and Kate was all over that play, spreading the field. Had 3 wides over there on the right side and just flooded that area, and he was able to work the seam right down the hash marks, and great pass out there,
One of those things
by Campanelli.
One of those things that you see Drew do so beautifully that JC really, I think, needs to continue to work on. He gets rid of that football so fast. He sees that first read, and he hits it. He had trips to his right. Nearly all 3 of them were open. You get your first read, boom, hit it downfield on that go route, wide open, and he got rid of the ball, within 2 seconds?
Yeah, and I think the other thing we've seen, I'll comment after this play, Todd.
On a first down and 10 to go for the Colonials at the Leominster 15-yard line. A hard count. Blue Devil entered in the zone, and yeah, it'll be an offside called against the defensive end, Kyle Philbin, and of course he was trying to leak out quickly there. Had some luck last week in getting into the backfield against St. John's. Was in there just a little early this time.
Quick comment about Drew.
Yes.
I think what we're seeing, he's a senior, and he's got arm strength, and he's just an overall strong kid. And this wide receiver screen, he gunned that out there, and that ball 30 yards downfield, he threw it pretty much on a rope, and it was on target both times. I think that's kind of where Drew has separated himself. He's got some arm strength, not afraid to throw that quick pass, but he can get the ball downfield.
1st and 5 from the Leominster 10-yard line going right to left. Shotgun snap, Campagnoli with a handoff on the end round. It's for Schaefer. Schaefer's reaching for the pylon, and he gets shoved out of bounds inside of the 2-yard line. He knew he was running out of real estate. He started to try to reach the football to try to clip the pylon. He couldn't get there. Wing official was right there on top of it, but in great effort by Cam Schaefer.
Now, I got to tell you, Colonials had that sprung out very well, but the Blue Devils stayed with their men as they strung that out to the sideline. Used that sideline as the 12th defender, and it worked to perfection. Got him before he got to the pylon.
Out of bounds officially at the 3-yard line, so it's going to be 1st and goal from the 3.
Show how important that penalty was. Get him that much closer.
And they'll give him a 1st down and goal to go, as Kate said moments ago, marked at the 3-yard line at left hash as the Colonials head toward the Blue Devil goal line again. Empty set, snap, pitch to the motion man. It was White. White turns the right corner. He's in the end zone. It's a Colonial touchdown.
Nice man-on-man blocking out there, opening up that hole around the left side or the right side of the offense. And good job by the Colonials offensive line creating a hole, and he was untouched into the end zone.
Extra point coming for Eddie McAdam. Jackson Lane does the holding for McAdam.
feel like we're in a very sterile environment.
I know, it's very hard.
And if people at home, trust me, we're not doing the game from the studio because sometimes
it feels that way.
It appears.
Oop, there's a flinch there off the left side of the line. 75 sneezed there. That was Trenton Lovelace, and Trenton, the left guard. Yeah, that was a little.
I think he was breathing. He had so much mass it looked like he might have moved. But that's a big boy right there.
Indeed.
But yeah, it feels very sanitary in here with fully enclosed. No insulation, soundproofing, and but we're actually at the game, people.
Yeah, it's right. Believe it or not, we are there, and there's a beautiful crowd on hand in both shades of blue, navy and royal blue tonight. Lane to hold for McAdam. Good snap, got it down on the tee, and McAdam will drive it up. And through. Teams coming back up the field. 4:11 to play in the first quarter with the score. Shrewsbury 14 and Leominster nothing. This is Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers joining us on Leominster TV tonight. And I got the cue from Bradley. We're about to get a little FaceTime here as he pans his way around to our broadcast position. As you can see, we are inside of this beautiful press box.
Warm, Bradley.
It's a little warm, got a little bit of a window here, and it leads to that very sterile sound. But as you can see, there is this fantastic crowd on hand here at Multisport Stadium.
Well, they're not getting the sterile sound.
No, yes, they are.
On LTV, too?
They're taking our sound tonight.
No.
So they're in the same sound we are.
Well, the crowd's got their own crowd sound, though, but it does feel sanitary.
Back to Multisport Stadium on the campus of Assumption College tonight. Tonight, the home of the Shrewsbury Colonials, who have a 14-0 lead with 4:11 to play here in the first quarter here on the K-Zone. Eddie McAdam on the approach, swings the right leg, kick the line drive to Gabe Elias. Coming up the right side of the field this time. Across the numbers, cross the 30, 35, and he's cut down at the 33-yard line. And yeah, Kate, it doesn't matter where he goes. They're going to find him tonight.
They swap sides, and I think next time, if there is a next time, they just need to line up in front of each other in midfield, in the center of the field, and then wait for the kick to come. And then just chase it.
Stand together.
Then just chase it, yeah.
Check of our time and temperature brought to you by Acme Carpet One in Lunenburg, a local family-owned floor covering store doing business in the same location for over 50 years. Online at acmecarpet1.com. 54 degrees and 7:48 on a Friday night, September the 28th here in Worcester tonight. On the first down snap, handoff this time was for Couch. Found some room off the left side of the formation, crossed the 40, 45, and taken down at the Blue Devil 46-yard line as the Leominster march continues from left to right.
Left side of the offensive line for the Blue Devils, opening up a nice hole there. Couch getting to the second level. Nice 9-yard pickup on first down.
I'll take it.
We will give you a chance to meet the Leominster defense. We met the Leominster offense in the midst of a
we haven't had much time for either one of them.
That's going to be a chance coming up on the next defensive play. Stand by on that. Second down and 1 to go. Here's the snap. They gave it to the fullback, Marchand. Marchand goes right side of the formation, just inside of right tackle. Straight up the right hash, gains 2 to the 48-yard line of the Blue Devils, and it's enough for a Leominster first down.
First down.
Yes, it is.
Yet again, another week where time of possession clearly right now in this early going going to favor Leominster, but going up against really efficient offenses the last couple of weeks. It's just, yeah.
Efficient. That's a nice way to put it. Arlie Galot of the Golden Gloves, he finds himself wide to the right out of this side. Snap, give it to Couch. He was the second man through the hole. He got his hat to about the 50-yard line, give him a gain of 2, and it will be a second down and 8 to go.
Billy's been whispering.
Yes.
Do the drive summary.
I want the drive summary.
Do the drive summary for the Colonials.
Well, here's the Colonial drive summary, Kate.
4 plays, 57 yards, time of possession, 1 minute and 55 seconds.
Give the man what he wants.
You got to, we got to be,
one of the things that
we're providers of information.
Well, that's number one. But number one, I have terrible ears. And then number 2, what Todd really loves is that I also don't read lips.
Not in the slightest.
I get, like, there's zero communication other than just, like, Kate, tell me what I need. It doesn't work.
Second down and 8 to go and out of an eye. Marchand and Couch dotting. Under center from midfield. Here's the snap. 2 fakes straight over the middle of the field. Cutting on a slant to the right side. Pass complete. He finds Del Judas across the Colonial 30 and cut down at the Colonial 26-yard line. Beautiful connection there from Del Judas coming on the slant on a gain of 24.
And Del Judas got himself isolated one-on-one with the defender there, and J.C. Cora just threw a beautiful pass over his shoulder where only Del Judas could catch it. Great pitch and catch there.
And it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils, deeper into the Colonial territory now, to the Colonial 26-yard line at right hash as their march continues from left to right. Here they come to the line. 2-back split in the backfield. Cora's going to go under center. He's got a receiver to either side. Gillot wide to the left. Here's the snap and the give. It was for the fullback Marchand. Marchand finds some room into the hole to about the 21-yard line. So goes for a gain of 5, and it'll be a 2nd down and 5.
Once again, attacking that right side of the Colonials defense, using the left side of the offensive line there, and they appear to be concentrating on that side, and they must see some matchups they like, and getting some good yards off that side of the center.
Last minute, 10 seconds of quarter number 1. Shrewsbury 14 and Leominster nothing here from Multi-Sport Stadium on the campus of Assumption College tonight. Under center, Cora with the snap. Handoff for Couch. Couch cuts back straight up the middle. Through another level of the defense. Across the 15 and down around the 10-yard line. It will be a 1st and goal for the Blue Devils. And how about that Adam Couch? Shades of his sophomore year, Kate.
Yeah. It certainly is. One of the things that we're seeing right now is both with Marchand and with Couch getting some pretty good penetration right through that A-gap. Usually you see somebody like Couch, he's usually a little bit more shifty. He's not going to ram it right down your throat, but right now Leominster starting to get a little bit of a wrinkle of space in there in that A-gap, and certainly executing and exposing it.
2-back split and offset to the right of the formation. A receiver to either side as Cora goes under center. Snap, give it to Marchand again. Marchand took an initial hit. 2nd drive moved him forward.
It's the Bush
Gains
push.
2, maybe 3, and they're still pushing him on that play. It will be blown dead after a gain of about 3 on the play. 2nd and goal from the 7.
Good job there. You know, you never stop those legs moving. And going back to our previous play, I'm not sure that the Marchand felt like Couch felt he was tackled. He rolled over on a play. They wanted to get up and run.
Coach Palazzi says we'll go down that end. The last 3 ticks here of quarter number 1. Through 1 quarter here from Multi-Sport Stadium at Assumption College, the score. Shrewsbury 14 and Leominster nothing. A break as the teams change hands. This is Leominster High School football on the K-Zone. WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers joining us on Leominster TV tonight, whether you're joining us on the channels of Comcast, Verizon, and or if you're joining us on Facebook Live tonight. We are so happy to have you with us here on our coverage of Leominster football here on Leominster TV. I want to thank our great underwriters, the El Camino Restaurant, Troy Hebert Construction, MP Crowley Company Incorporated, Dream Kitchens and Baths, and United Solutions. Thank you for supporting LTV Action Sports and making this great programming possible. Coach's Corner, of course, every Monday nights, live games on Friday, and our 20 for 20. 20 games for 20 years, celebrating, of course, Leominster TV's 20 years of coverage on television of Leominster High School football. We're into the early part of the 2000s, the first 10 years of the 2000s coming up here. As we work our way down from there, we'll say hi to you and Bradley and Keith and all the rest at Leominster TV, both here at Multi-Sport Stadium and back at our studios as well. Back to Multi-Sport Stadium here on the K-Zone as the teams change ends. Leominster will now go right to left. So they go to the end zone to our far left, and they've got a 2nd down and goal to go from the 8-yard line. Snap, now the rollout fake. Cora with some room, running out of real estate. He'll turn the corner inside the 5, and he has to step out of bounds inside of the 3-yard line. He was well short of the pylon. He was running out of real estate as he started to bend to the corner, but he saw there was enough space to gain some yards. Looks like there was a player down over on the far side. Bill Thomas picked up that one. Somebody slipped. Is it Cora going to the
No,
other
it's
side?
a Colonial.
Oh, it's a Colonial.
Yeah, it's a Colonial that was over there trying to make a play and kind of got tangled up. Cora's right there. I don't think it's Cora. I hope it's not Cora.
We get our first look at our trainer tonight, Walter.
Walter Hillenbrand.
Hustles over to the far side for the Colonials.
He's the best.
Yeah, Cora's over with Coach Palazzi right now. I'm pretty sure it's one of the Colonial defenders.
Yeah, if Walter Hillenbrand, the trainer to the Stars over at Shrewsbury. You never know how busy a human being can be until you've met a high school athletic trainer, and the line of people that they get right at the end of school. Just all of a sudden you go from seeing no one to seeing hundreds of people, and everybody has an ailment that you just can't even fathom. It's to see these people work and to see the amount of the time commitment that they make and the miracles that they work. absolutely amazing
It
work.
looks like a lineman,
80.
number 60.
60 it looks like?
Yeah, it looks like Ben Dickinson, but he's up and walking. I think he just got
See,
the wind
Walter
knocked
already
out of
healed him. You're healed.
Yep.
The folks
Just
joining
roll.
us on Leominster TV got a good look at it on replay. Bradley was trying to turn around and hold the phone up to me. We just mistimed it by about a half a frame, but we'll get it there.
Thanks,
Good effort, Bradley. I appreciate the assist on that one.
It's great to see him up and walking off under his own power without any assistance. And one of those cases just landed wrong and probably got the wind knocked out of him.
All right, here we go. Leominster 3rd down and goal to go from the 3-yard line going right to left. Straight back eye. It's Marchand and then Couch. 2 receivers open side left. Defense showing blitz right over the middle. Core of the snap. Give it to Couch. Couch has got the room. Couch has got the end zone. It's a Blue Devil touchdown.
Good job there putting his shoulder down, but he didn't need to. A giant hole there opened up once again by the left side of the Blue Devils offensive line and working those gaps to perfection. And that's basically how they got down the field, working that gap, and they get in the end zone.
And they punch it in, and they can half this lead with a Pablo Rodriguez extra point. Gabe Elias does the holding. 10:47 to play here in the second quarter. 14-6 as Leominster now on the board. Rodriguez to cut this lead to 7. Good snap. Laces were in. It's a hard line drive, shanked wide to the left. Teams coming back up the field. 10:47 to play in quarter number 2. Shrewsbury 14, Leominster 6. This is Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers joining us on Leominster TV tonight. And when I could see the laces facing in on a wet night, I'm thinking, that's not good. And it looked like it on the point after.
Yeah, and, you know, we've had some struggles there on that kicking game. We've been expecting big things out of Rodriguez. He's got a great leg. He just needs to slow himself down a little bit. But keep working at it, and it'll come. You work that leg in, we'll get some points out of it.
Like the rest of the Leominster team, seemingly one kick, one play away from making the difference.
I was glad to see the Blue Devils get in the end zone. Very important right there.
Yes, indeed. Radio rejoining us in a moment. Back to Multi-Sport Stadium on the campus of Assumption College tonight alongside Bill Thomas and Kate Robbins. Todd Robbins here for the K-Zone. And our friends at Leominster TV, Rodriguez with the kick from right to left. Skitters down the right sideline and out of bounds. Flag out on the play. This one will go against Leominster and a re-kick coming up. Kate says, let's meet the Leominster defense.
While we have a chance.
It's
the second quarter. Let's do this. Here they come.
It's brought to you by Schofield Power Equipment.
Zach Del Judas, 81, senior, linebacker.
I'm Zachary Calladay. I'm number 64. I'm a senior, and I play defensive tackle.
Kyle Philbin, number 51, sophomore, defensive end.
Miles Bowers, number 2, junior, linebacker.
Connor Marchand, number 22, senior middle linebacker.
Harley Gillott, number 1, junior, outside linebacker.
Elijah Martinez, number 44, senior, linebacker.
Adam Couch, number 21, senior cornerback.
JC Core, number 6, sophomore safety.
Gabe Elias, number 7, senior cornerback.
Felipe Garcia, number 5, senior safety.
Rodriguez with the right-footed kick on the re-kick, end over end. It will be returned by Johnny LeBlanc. LeBlanc coming from left to right across the field. He's got himself the 20, go 25 to the 30. He's cut down just before that. They mark him down officially right around the 26, maybe the 27-yard line, as the flow of that play cut him down a lot earlier than it appeared. So Colonials have the football. They get a little better field position after the re-kick and penalty. And 10:39 to play here in the second quarter, 14-6. Shrewsbury on top of Leominster right now here in quarter number 2. I almost said it. I almost read the scoreboard literally. I've got it on. I'm waiting to do it at some point tonight. Here's the snap. Campanelli collides with one of his wide receivers in the backfield. He bounces off his own man and 3 Blue Devils as he crosses the 30, and he's cut down at the 34-yard line. Drew Campanelli, even on a busted play, makes something out of nothing.
You know, and that's what an experienced senior does is he overcomes those mistakes, and we're not sure if he was in the wrong spot, his wide receiver's in the wrong spot, but
somebody done messed up.
He took something. He took basically a busted play, like you said, Todd, nothing, and turned it into something. Great job by Drew.
Gains 9, second down and 1 to go. Blue Devils at their own, the Colonials at their own 35-yard line at right hash, and now here they go.
feel like Todd's watching an Assumption College. He has no idea who's playing.
Under center.
Big A in the middle of the field.
Campanelli with the split backs behind him. Here's the snap and the give. And football is out. Football is out at the 35-yard line. The referees are converging. They're trying to unpile players. And the signal, that's Connor Marchand with the football. No signal yet. They say the ball is down at the 36-yard line. Still no indication. It should be Leominster football. Marchand came out with it, but still no signal. They've picked the ball up. I'm waiting for the signel on the carry. I don't know. They lost the ball very quickly. It should be Connor Marchand and Leominster. The offense is on the field.
They never signaled.
They have not signaled, but it is Leominster football. They have turned the sticks the other way. And so a huge defensive strip and then get on top of the ball. Connor Marchand, rugby style, found his way to the bottom of the pile. Leominster's got the football in momentum.
I'm not sure who got their arm in there, but a great job pulling the ball out there.
First and 10 from the Colonial 36 for Leominster. Snap for Cora. He rolls the ball out to the right. He's going to call his own number, turning the corner at the right. He'll cross the 35, work his way up the sideline to about the 30, step out of bounds right there. Goes for a gain of 7, 2nd down and 3 to go. We weren't trying to play up the drama. We were truly waiting for somebody wearing stripes to indicate it was Leominster football.
And they never did.
Never did.
We had to see which way the chains were going.
Yeah.
Now, I know it wasn't a special teams play, but that's exactly what you want your defense to be able to generate. Generate those opportunities so that you're in a short field situation so you can get back into this game. This game is very close.
But you're right. You need to create your own short field opportunities.
One deep back in Couch, and now the snap. The pitch comes to the left side. Couch is going to race to the corner. Turn the left side, crossing the 30, and he'll be angled down around the 28-yard line. Puts him short of a first down by about 2 yards. So it'll be 3rd down, about 1.5 to 2 to go. Need to move the football to the 26-yard line of the Colonials for a first down. As Leominster continues from right to left, off of the fumble recovery by Connor Marchand. Winding down toward 9 minutes to play here in quarter number 2. Leominster is chasing 8.
Leominster 2 of 4 so far tonight on 3rd down efficiency.
Under center. Cora with the defense showing blitz over the middle. The snap, they give it to Marchand. Marchand finds some room at the right side of the formation and pierces his way into the hole. Continues to drive his legs to about the 20-yard line. Plenty for a Leominster first down, and they'll continue to march the football.
And still not tackled. He come out of that pile. A little feisty there, but great job. I love that quick hitter with a quick fullback up the middle, and they continue to work those gaps on either side of the center. And I think the coach has found a matchup that he likes there.
There's a seam there that
they're pushing. And you don't really gotta knock people down. You just gotta push them around a little bit. And sometimes leverage wins out oversized. And I think we might be seeing that on the offensive line.
It's like a turnstile right now in the A gap.
Indeed it was. Shotgun set. Cora, the low snap fielded. He'll roll out hard to his right. Flag is out on the play, and Cora will flip the ball out of bounds. Coach Palazzi is incensed over on the far side, and he's after his sophomore quarterback. He was not pleased with the decision making on that play, or he's not pleased with the flag from the wing official. Either way, something has got Coach Palazzi all up in arms over on the far side of the field.
Waving his arms. He's got his chart in his hand, but he's definitely not pleased with the way the end of that play turned out. We'll have to see what the penalty call is here.
Signal will be coming here. If it's against Leominster for a hold, it'll be 10 yards from the spot of the foul, and they'll replay the down. Looks like they're signaling it against Leominster. There's a lot of pointing. Here's the signal now. Holding goes against Leominster. They'll penalize 10 yards. Oh, the officials are waiting. They're holding Leominster because the coaching staff, John Aloisi and company, have not made a decision. Now they have indicated they're going to take the 10 yards. So a 10-yard penalty coming up. They'll replay first down. It'll be 1st and 20 for Leominster, as the distance will mark them back right around the Colonial 30-yard line.
Oh, boy.
That can be a drive killer. I'll have to see how JC handles that now. He's got an extra 10 yards tacked on to this
just opens up the field for you, Billy.
That's right. I backfield. 2 receivers to the left, 2 fakes. Cora with some time. Slings it out. They try to jump the route. He finds Del Judas. Del Judas untouched into the end zone. It's a Leominster touchdown. And more importantly, it's a 2-point game with 8:10 to play in the second quarter. Cora finds Del Judas for 30 yards and pay dirt.
You know, interestingly enough, one of the wide receivers out there playing cornerback John White tried to jump that. He thought he had that as an interception just over his outstretched fingers.
So right away, we got to go for 2 here because of the missed PAT from the first touchdown drive by Leominster. So Leominster's offense remains on the field because we got to go for 2 to keep up score for score.
Yes, and Coach Palazzi wants to keep pace with them, and he has the opportunity to do it. He loves drawing up these 2-point conversion plays in short yards. Here comes the shotgun. Spread the field.
Let's see what was on the cocktail napkin this week.
That's right, and they call out signals, getting something from the sideline now. 2 receivers open to the right. Here's the snap. Now the rollout, and here's that throwback against the grain. Finds it, the catch is made, defense sniffed it out, still driving the legs and down to the turf. 2-point conversion, no good. Connor Marchand made the catch coming out to the left, but 2-point conversion, no good. 8:10 to play second quarter. 14-12 is Shrewsbury's lead. Teams coming back up the field. We've got more to come. This is Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, WPKZ. And bonus coverage for our viewers on Leominster TV tonight. You saw it. Leominster gets the strip, gets the ball, drives it downfield. They've just got to finish on the other end to add the extra points. I mean, you miss a PAT, now a 2-point conversion fails. You're down 2, but it's looked much better than I think most people expected after a 14-0 start for Shrewsbury.
You know, you couldn't be more correct, Todd, as far as what the first quarter looked like, and all of a sudden, a couple of quick scores here, and right back into the game. I don't think Connor Marchand is going to fool anybody when he's out there looking for a screen pass.
Pablo Rodriguez puts the right foot into it. End over end it goes, heading toward the left sideline. It goes through the hands of John White. It bounces at the 20-yard line and will harmlessly roll out of bounds. Directional kicking there from Pablo Rodriguez, and John White mishandles it, and it benefit. The ball can go out of bounds after a Colonial touches it. In that case, he pins the Colonials deep.
Yeah, and I have a feeling the coach is going to have a word there, because that ball was probably headed out of bounds over there again. But John White tried to catch it, and not in a good position to begin with to field it, kind of over his shoulder, and ended up costing him some yards.
Billy, that last drive, 5 plays, 36 yards, time of possession, 1 minute. 10 seconds.
That's Leominster's scoring drive. Make it 14-12 Shrewsbury. Leominster still chasing 2. Colonials with the football. Snap on first down throw. Into the flats. Pass complete for Cam Schaefer. Schaefer turning the corner across the 20-25, and he's angled out of bounds around the 26-yard line.
Nice flow to that play right there, and fortunate that it got corralled as it did.
Let's take a look at this starting field position for the Colonials. Their worst by far of the night. They've started at the Blue Devil 32, the Blue Devil 34, their own 40, and now on this drive, their own 18-yard line.
I'm seeing a trend there, and I like it.
I like it.
More field to cover before they get anywhere near the Blue Devil end zone. More opportunities for mistakes by the Colonials.
A 2-back split, offset this time behind Campagnoli to the right. Here's the snap and the give, straight up the middle this time. Slips through the defense, still moving. It's Alex Cashman, keeps those legs moving, kept slipping by, and he slips and slides his way all the way to the Colonial 35-yard line, and a Shrewsbury first down.
And Gabe Elias was the last outpost right there, and had him by the ankles, but he was about ready to run out of that tackle, and there was nobody else between him and the end zone.
Here comes the big blocking package into the game there. I see 77 Grady Rodman on his way out into the field for the Colonials. Starting lineups, by the way, they are brought to you by our friends at Schofield Power Equipment. Schofield Power Equipment sells quality performance power, lawnmowers, snow blowers, generators, chainsaws, and they service them all too on site at 12 Summer Street in Leominster. Done right the first time, you've got Schofield Power. Schofield Power on the web at schofieldpower.net.
Pitch to Schaefer on that, to the far left side by the Colonials, but stuffed in the backfield by the Leominster Blue Devil defense on that one.
Yeah, it didn't fool anybody. Couch was out there along with, who's that? We're in number 3, Fernando Aguilar, and they were all over that for about a 4-yard loss.
So a loss of 4 on the play makes it a 2nd down and 14 to go. Ball marked back from the 35 to about the 31-yard line at left hash. Colonials have got to angle their huddle over to that left hash. And now here comes the set. Campanelli's going to go under center. Tight formation this time. Got the wings. Now some motion man. Sweep pitch, and it's going to be a pass downfield, and they find it. It's a strike. Clint Mills finds a receiver downfield. It's 81. Phil Smyreninos into the end zone. Smyreninos Smyreninos untouched for a touchdown. It's that double wing motion man pitch. It's the pitch and catch from the wide receiver to the wide receiver Smyreninos. So it was Mills to Smyreninos for a touchdown for the Colonials. 69 yards untouched.
Yikes.
And that's the product of an over-aggressive defense that lets somebody get away in the
Pack them in tight, make them think you're going to run the ball, and then all of a sudden, whoops, who's got the ball now?
And those quick wide receiver screens, and that they've worked that motion man into the running back position a number of times.
Ball down, kick up, kick through. Teams coming back up the field. 5:52 to play in the second quarter with the score. Shrewsbury 21 and Leominster 12. The scoring continues. Leominster gets another shot at it when we come back. This is Leominster football on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers on Leominster TV tonight. Want to thank, of course, our award-winning executive producer, Bradley Bedard. Keith DePerry is here. Jack Selly and Chris George are back at Master Control, pushing the buttons on the Leominster TV and bringing you the replays and graphics you are seeing on screen tonight. So we thank everyone for their great support and work on this great coverage here on Leominster TV tonight.
Billy.
Indeed.
Billy,
back to multi-sport. Yeah, stadium. That too. Here at Assumption College. Bill Thomas, you're all over. They got me all wound up tonight. You know, Bill Thomas, you got this one pegged.
I tell you, the two receivers here are lined up. Nose to tail there, and then Cora's going to end up
finally
getting this
Couch.
one.
And here's Couch. Couch gets a return over the shoulder from his own 10. Bounces it out to the 20. Now gets the left sideline. 25, go 30, and steps out of bounds at the 32-yard line. And Bill Thomas made the call from up here. Coaches say, hey, that's not a half-bad idea. Elias and Couch line up next to each other.
Was there
and
a
they
text
bounce their way to the other side. I don't know, but you know what? It worked.
Let's see. Do I got a couple of plays I can send down to the... No, I'm 1 for 1, and I'm going to rest on my laurels.
For the rest of your career. 5:43 to play, second quarter. Shrewsbury 21, Leominster 12. We've got a hard-working player spotlight coming up here in a moment for this first half of action. We'll get that from our color team in a moment. And here we come.
He means you because you're colorful.
Offset, Couches deep, Marchand split off the left end. Two receivers are out to the right. Here's the snap. A little counter motion. Give it to Couch this time. Takes it inside right tackle. Bounces it to about the 35-yard line where the play is blown dead. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Hardworking player spotlight brought to you by Workers Credit Union. Workers Credit Union, the home of the $3 million Give Back program. The more you bank, the more you get back. Check them out on the web at WCU.com. Workers Credit Union, doing what's right for you. Bill Thomas, our hardworking player spotlight brought to you by Workers Credit Union for this first half.
Well, I know he hasn't been getting a lot of credit for success, but he's been in the middle of some mistakes. But I think J.C. Currer has done a good job here in the first quarter, working under some adversity, just keeping the team in the game, even though they're not winning at this point.
On 2nd and 7, here's the snap. Give to Marchand. Marchand angles from left to right into the right side of the formation, crossing the 35, taken down around the 37-yard line. So it goes for a gain of 2 more. 3rd down and 5, Kate.
If we take a look at Cora's stats so far, 3 of 8 in the air for 87 yards passing. He has rushed the ball, but it was for negative yards, so that was, problematic on that snap over his head. But one of the nice things, we're seeing a lot of growth over the course of the season. And if you continue to grow and continue to get better, that means you're coachable. That means you want to be the leader on the field. And, I mean, he's got only the future ahead of him. He's only a sophomore. I know we keep harping on it, but it's something very important to consider.
Indeed it is, and I know for Cora, he wants to do so much for this group of seniors who have embraced him from last year when he was a freshman on varsity making contributions to that Wildcat offense. He so badly wants it for those seniors, the Marchands, the Couches, the Gabe Eliases, and the list goes on and on and on. He wants to be able to send them out with some wins.
Well, when you're an underclassman, and I'm sure, Kate, you know this from coaching too,
because
it's always about
be good.
From your vast experience as a coach, young lady. But the seniors, you always want the seniors to go out on a high note.
Oh God, yeah.
And a lot of responsibility falls on the underclassmen to make that happen.
Yeah. Well, and it's an interesting dynamic because the seniors feel it. It's so palpable and acute when you're a senior. You know, the end is near. You see that end of the tunnel. And as an underclassman, you want it for your seniors, but you're so blissfully ignorant as to what the future holds that it's this really strange dynamic with leadership trying to pull the underclassmen and underclassmen trying to play up for the elders.
3rd and 5 out of a gun. Cora, low snap fielded, being rushed by the defense, rolls out, gets past the tackle, and hucks the ball out of bounds to nobody in particular. But he made sure he got wide of that right tackle before chucking it away. And it'll bring up a 4th down and 5 to go for the Blue Devils from their own 37-yard line.
And again, those are the types of things. Keeping your composure when you know that you're very far into the backfield, you're being pursued by a linebacker who is breathing down your neck, making sure you get outside the right tackle to be able to get rid of it and make a positive contribution on a bad play.
Good snap into the hands of Marchand, punting from his own 25. Beautiful spiral on this punt coming downfield, will be returned from the Colonial 25. And here we go the other way. TJ Morgara, he got himself to the right sideline, throws a shake. He slipped through the kicker Marchand, but it slowed him up enough for the rest of the Blue Devils to arrive, but into Blue Devil territory across midfield and out of bounds at the 35-yard line. There is a flag out on the play. It is blended into the big blue A for Assumption College on the field. At the moment, it's a return of 40 yards for TJ Morgara. The question in, who is the flag on?
Got a block in the back.
Yeah, it looks like a block in the back is the preliminary signal. So all for naught for TJ Morgara. He gets the pats in the back for the great return. Field position will be better than it would have been, but backward this is going downfield.
And, you know, fortunate for Marchand that I think he outkicked the coverage there. And,
he did.
But he did do a good job here as the last outpost of defense. Slowed up the return, but like you said, all for naught.
10-yard penalty pushes it back across midfield to the Colonial side of midfield, and it looks like the spot of the football is going to be right around the Colonial 43-yard line.
I think this is a very important defensive stand right here for
Indeed.
the Blue Devils. I mean, you got to get the ball back before the halftime, and you got to make a statement right here. You just can't let the Colonials continue to pile up points.
Here comes a 1st down and 10 for the Colonials. Center of the field, their own 43 after the penalty, as they go left to right. 4:12 to play, 2nd quarter, 21-12 their lead. Here's a good snap. Now a hard roll toward 3 receivers. Underneath, pass thrown complete. It was Cam Schaefer. He came from the split end. He crosses midfield across the 45, and he's taken down shy of the 40 at about the Blue Devil 42-yard line. It's a Colonial 1st down and a pretty play into some traffic.
Pretty play, and I think that could be 3rd or 4th time we've seen that play. And what the Colonials are doing is they're flooding one side, but then they're coming in with a 4th receiver underneath after the zone gets cleared out, and there's an easy 5 to 10 yards right there, and they're running that play to perfection. There's so much going on there that underneath receiver kind of gets lost in the commotion, and all of a sudden he's running wide open about 5 to 8 yards downfield.
And on a 1st down and 10 for the Colonials at the Blue Devil 42 at right hash. Pack it in tight, send a man in motion is White, hand off 2nd man through. It looked like this time it was Cashman, and it was. Cashman finds some room across the 40 to the Blue Devil 39-yard line. Gain of 2, 2nd down and 8.
Alex Cashman, I think that was his 1st carry of the evening. We haven't called his number, have we? Second carry. But a couple of yards there for the senior. And I'm looking down, I had a chance to look at the roster here, and you look at the low numbers, which is usually the skill numbers on a football team. From 1 to 15, pretty much every number's taken. They're all juniors and seniors, so that says a lot for the veteran leadership that Shrewsbury has.
Shotgun snap almost hit the motion man Schaefer, but it was fielded by Campagnoli. He found some room off the right side of the formation, crossed the 30, and he's down around the 27-yard line, and Campagnoli is face down into the multi-sport stadium turf, and he is not getting up. He went face forward into the turf, and you can hear the collective pin drop fall here at multi-sport stadium.
Gasp.
This is the entire offense for the Colonials right now. Walter Hillenbrand has responded. Coach Aloisi is in the area, and everybody holding their breath. Blue Devils included. You can see they have huddled up as well on one knee. Nobody wants to see this happen to what is
not a marquee, to no one, but
in particular
a
marquee player who right now arguably the best quarterback in the state of Massachusetts right now.
Good thing he's rolling over, and I'm going to be so prophetic as to say I think he landed on the football there, and the way the trainer was giving him a little pat on the back doesn't appear to be serious. He's moving his extremities. He's being helped to his feet. Hopefully it doesn't involve anything with the head or neck, but he does look dazed. But but he is coming off the field with a little bit of assistance.
They are immobilizing his non-throwing arm or shoulder as he comes over to the side. So that's his left arm as he comes over to the sideline, drops his helmet as he sits down on the bench.
All right,
and
Walter, what do we got?
We'll keep an eye on Drew Campanelli. And now the question becomes, who's the next man up? Perhaps a dislocated shoulder for Campanelli? We'll keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, backup quarterback is Clint Mills. Mills already threw a touchdown pass tonight. He was in formation, and he threw that toss pass touchdown that we saw to bring it to 21-12. So Mills is in the gun here, packed in tight with a couple of backs in the backfield. Here comes the motion man Schaefer. Flag is out on the play. He keeps it himself, does Mills. Mills gets cut out at about the Blue Devil 25-yard line. It's a gain of 3 at the moment. We will see what happens.
Trying to see what they're working on down here with Drew. They are looking at his shoulder, but
it's his shoulder.
Not a lot of movement. Wondering if it, we talked about maybe a
offside
mild dislocation, but maybe a stinger. He could have just got popped on it. We'll have to see. I'm going to try to keep an eye on him. So if I'm a little quiet, it's kind of trying to see what's going on down here on the sideline.
Coach Butterfield from the track and field team and one of the football coaches monitoring the situation as well. But it does look like it's something going on with that left shoulder.
It was an offside indicated against Leominster. So they'll penalize 5 yards. It'll be a first down and 5 and a timeout taken on the field. Opportunity to tell you, Leominster High School football on the K-Zone is brought to you by Hometown Bank. They don't answer to Wall Street. They answer to you. Colonial Ford of Marlboro. Yes, you can have it all at Colonial. Allstate Insurance agent Patty Pritchard. With Patty Pritchard and Allstate, you're in good hands. And ROI Office Furniture and Systems. Quality, value, and service without exception.
Still watching Drew down here. Looks like they're going to do some strength tests. I know they got him standing up here and they're reaching inside his shoulder pads. Not sure what they're doing here, if they're going to take his shoulder pads off, but trying to just gather some information here about Drew.
Ooh, that was fun.
Meanwhile, Mills under center here on 1st and 5, and the snap and the give is for Cashman. Sniffed out quickly and into the backfield. Blue Devils will cut that play down and quick. And this is the opportunity for the Leominster defense. We talked about the importance of the defense on this drive. With Campanelli on the sideline.
Have to produce.
Yeah, you've got to produce. You've got to keep them off the board, and you've got to turn the score around and go downfield with your offense and score with just a $1.50 heading toward halftime.
Happy to see the Blue Devils defense continuing to be aggressive, even though they got burned on the last offensive possession by Shrewsbury. They're still, like you said in that last play, sniffing out that handoff very quickly where the Blue Devils, and here we go again.
Mills the snap, the motion man got the handoff. It's Cam Schaefer. He spins across the 20 to the 15-yard line before being cut down around the 13. It is enough for a Colonial first down, and the chains keep moving steadily. And most importantly, with their backup quarterback on the field in Clint Mills, his job, just like an interim anything, keep the ship from hitting the rocks. That's your job. Make sure it just keeps moving down the field.
Looks like they're doing some strength tests down here with Drew, and yeah, it's definitely a dislocation or a discomfort in his left shoulder. And
looked like I believe that's one of the team doctors. Like he was motioning like something was slipping in that shoulder area. But Drew is holding that left shoulder a little bit, haggard, a little bit down. But is this type of situation where, like, if you break your left foot, and can you still drive?
Well,
if it's not your throwing shoulder, can you still go out there?
I don't
Probably
recommend
not.
it.
No, I would.
Shotgun set for Mills. Here's the snap. The motion man is Schaefer. Flags out on this play. Schaefer looking for some room, and he'll be taken down in the backfield. But the flag came out. This may have been a free play again. Was a Leominster defender just a little too happy getting into that backfield? No, the signal. Procedure against the Colonials. And so that'll be a 5-yard penalty, a 1st and 15 coming up for the Colonials.
the way, and just to follow up what last time here on this Drew Campanelli story, I'm getting, he doesn't look like he's out for the rest of the game the way he's, they're still talking to him, but I think a measured amount of caution is going to be used here with Drew, especially as long as it's a 2-score game. And this is probably, for the Colonials, a very important score here because last thing they want to do is be forced to go back to Drew if they don't have to. They haven't taken his helmet away, which is usually an indication he's not going back.
They did give it to a kid.
Right, and he just got his helmet back.
The young like 8-year-old had his helmet. Joe's like, give me that, kid.
And now everybody's abandoning him to heal himself on the bench.
That's right. Lick your wounds.
Rub some dirt on it. We'll call you when we need you.
Worcester Police is there, though.
But that's a good sign that they're not.
Flag is out on this play. They fake the handoff, and they shoot it down the field. Mills finds a catch in the hands of T.J. Morgera, but flags are out on this one. So 3 consecutive plays in the red zone for the Colonials have all had flags, 1 to each side. Here's the signal, and this time it's offside against Leominster.
So you think it's a cadence thing, Todd? You got a little different rhythm, and it's probably throwing off both teams as far as what to expect on the go signal.
And they're not quite sure what to do in this process.
Ball right back where it was. Brings it back to a 1st and 10.
And here's the signal again. It's an offside marked against Leominster. 5-yard penalty makes up for the previous 5-yard penalty. And now the wing official from the Colonial sideline comes in, and they're talking to the referee. I think they're trying to get the clock reset.
He wound the clock, and I'm not sure if he should on a defensive penalty. They want to go back to 37 maybe.
Yeah, 37 seconds look like the
they
signal.
shouldn't have wound the clock off that defensive penalty.
Why not?
Well, they could, but I don't know if it calls for it in the rules.
So
there they are, back to 37.
Where are we at right now? Drew Campagnoli is on the bench by himself on the near sideline. Clint Mills is the quarterback under center for the Colonials. Here's the snap. Fake, sets feet, throws, wide open, end zone. Touchdown Colonials. Cam Schaefer, untouched to the end zone.
Once again, flooding the zone there with 3 receivers, and Blue Devils just having trouble staying with their man. A little bit of a pick there, and the receivers went separate directions, and one of them was uncovered.
I can see Coach Aloisi getting a report from Walter Hillenbrand over on this near sideline and perhaps finding out what is the story with Drew Campagnoli. Meanwhile, they haven't missed the beat.
If they don't need him, he's done for the night. Regardless of the severity or lack of severity of the injury, if they continue to be able to add to this lead.
Ball down, McAdams' kick is up, and it's in the net. Team's coming back up the field. 31 seconds to play here in the first half with the score. Shrewsbury 28 and Leominster 12. We'll keep it right here with about 30 seconds to play here in the first half.
Jack and I have a cadence going. We have a plan. We
Jack's
talk
doing a great
about
job pushing the buttons back at master control. Coming up at the half, we've got a look around the region tonight. A lot of games already into halftime. We'll have scores for you coming up at the half. Kate will also have our first half numbers. We'll preview second half action and more. All that's coming up at the half here from Multi-Sport Stadium on the campus of Assumption College tonight. Beautiful night here. You wouldn't know it, as Bill Thomas had said earlier. We are not in a studio. We are at the stadium
Jack said
tonight.
he was ready to. No. He was ready to push that button.
I have no doubt you guys were.
Everybody's ready but Todd.
No, I was plenty ready. It's just they're ready to continue play.
Again, we have this stacked group here, Billy. You said it right again.
I texted the coaches. I'm like, thank you for listening to me.
First time in 10 years, but it's got to happen at some point, right?
Keep the tips coming.
Elias and Couch in a straight line. Can McAdams see where to kick it? Nope. Sends it straight up the middle of the field. Hops at the 21, rolls, and Couch will field it around the 16-yard line. Gets ahead of steam, now 20, 25. Cut out of bounds at right around the, looks like 27-yard line. So Leominster's got the football and 27 seconds to play here in the first half. Chasing a bit. It's 28-12 Shrewsbury, but will Leominster take this into the half? They're not getting the football back. They gave it away after getting the opening kickoff.
Away.
Do you have to go get points here?
You have to at least give it a whirl, but Shrewsbury's been able to be so effective that if you make even the slightest mistake, especially if you're trying to run a 2-minute offense or a 37-second offense, you don't want a mistake for a pick six, especially this deep.
I see the safe route here.
Here's the snap.
Keep it on the ground.
Give it this time to Couch. Couch through the defense, crossed the 30 and down around. Looks like the 33-yard line. Gain of 7 on the play. Second down and 3. Probably have to snap the ball one more time potentially.
Clock keeps winding, so that could have been the last play of the half.
That might be it. You are, I think, right, Bill Thomas. Yep. They're spotting the ball down. The play clock would start now. Last 5 ticks off the board. We go to halftime here at Multi-Sport Stadium on the campus of Assumption College tonight with the score. Shrewsbury 28 and Leominster 12. An interesting first half of action. Leominster went down 14-0, and then all of a sudden, the battle back began.
I tell you, it was a great first half. A couple of mistakes there really made the difference.
Bill, you had a great first half, too.
Led to, well, you know, a blind squirrel finds a nut every so often.
Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
I like to pride myself on being a trained observer. I might not always be right, but every so often you pick something up, you know. That's my observe. And sometimes, you know, you fall into... you know, you fall off a wagon, you come up smelling like roads.
As we head to the half, Leominster High School football on the K-Zone is brought to you by Fidelity Bank, helping you get where you want to be with heart. Colonial Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram of Hudson. See the difference. Selection, service, and price make. Sean Patrick's Restaurant and Catering, the home of creativity, diversity, and flavor. Halftime score here from Assumption College. Shrewsbury 28 and Leominster 12. A break, and we're back with more right here on the K-Zone and Leominster TV. This is Leominster football on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Halftime from Assumption College. Multi-sport stadium, the site tonight, the home of the Shrewsbury Colonials, or a neutral site, you could call it. Either way, it's halftime here on the K-Zone. Shrewsbury on top of Leominster, 28-12 at the half. The score not indicative of the type of first half it has been, and Kate will have the numbers for you in a moment. Our halftime show brought to you by Hometown Bank. We say that's my bank because we feel like our bank is looking out for us. Hometown Bank wants you to call them your bank. Hometown Bank knows what it takes to earn your trust. They don't answer to Wall Street. They answer to you. Visit hometowncoop.com to learn more. Hometown Bank, Sack Boulevard, Leominster, and 7 other area locations. Our Hometown Bank halftime show here from Assumption College tonight, where again it's Shrewsbury 28 and Leominster 12 through one half of action. Kate's got our halftime numbers, and they're brought to you by Techner Apex. At Techner Apex, explore the world of plastics through the unbridled passion for technology. Combined with a customer-centric approach, Techner Apex delivers your customized solutions no matter how specific your need. Online at technerapex.com. All right, Kate, you've got our first half recap.
All right, let's first take a look at team totals. The Colonials, first downs. They had 9 first downs in that first half, 1 of 1 on third down efficiency. They had 16 rushes for 92 yards. They averaged 5.8 yards per carry. 5 of 5 for their completion, 100% completion rating in the air for 129 yards of passing and receiving. They averaged 25.8 yards per reception. That means that already in the first half, they have a total of 221 yards of offense. With only 2 penalties, they have lost a fumble. Number of offensive possessions so far for the Colonials, 5. Time of possession for them, 10.5 minutes. If we take a look at the Leominster Blue Devils team total, 6 first downs, 3 of 6 on third down efficiency for the Blue Devils, 0 of 1 on fourth down. They've had 18 carries for 63 yards, averaging 3.5 yards per carry. 3 of 9 in the air, that's 33% completion for 87 yards of passing and receiving. They're averaging 29 yards per catch. They have a total of 150 yards of offensive production to the Blue Devils, but they have 5 penalties so far. They have lost 1 fumble. And let's see, time of possession, 11 minutes and 30 seconds of clock time. Now let's take a look at individual statistics right now for the Colonials. Cam Schaefer has 6 rushes for 49 yards, his longest for 16 yards. John White has 2 rushes for 5 yards, but one of them was for a touchdown. We've got number 34, Tucker. What does that say? I can't even read your handwriting.
Where is that?
This one right here.
Tucker Montague.
That's odd. Okay. Tucker Montague, I'm just saying, has 2 rushes for 3 yards, one of which was for a touchdown. If we take a look at passing and receiving, we now have a quarterback I believe that's correct, Todd. Yes, Clint Mills. They're 5 of 5 together. Campanelli 2 for 2, 47 yards passing, and we have Mills 3 of 3, 82 yards passing. If we take a look at the receiving end of things, Cam Schaefer targeted once, 1 reception. It was for a 12-yard touchdown. John White targeted once, 1 reception. We've got TJ Morgera. He is targeted twice with 2 catches. And then 81, Phil Smirnios has 1 reception for 69 yards and for a touchdown. If we take a look at the Leominster Blue Devils side of the ball, individual statistics, Connor Marchand, 7 rushes for 26 yards. He's averaging 3.7 yards per carry, and Adam Couch, 8 rushes for 39 yards. His long was for 11, and he has 1 rushing touchdown. J.C. Cora, 3 of 9 in the air for 87 yards passing, 1 of which was for a touchdown reception, and that reception went to number 81, Zach Del Judas. He's been targeted 9 times. He has 3 catches for 87 yards and the touchdown. Arlie Galat targeted 1 time. Connor Marchand targeted twice with 1 reception for 33 yards. And that right there is your halftime recap.
And that was brought to you by our friends at Techner Apex. Todd Robbins alongside Bill Thomas and Kate Robbins. Halftime here from Multi-Sport Stadium on the campus of Assumption College tonight. Shrewsbury 28 and Leominster 12. Time now for our halftime scoreboard. It's brought to you by Happy Jack's. Happy Jack's Restaurant, 785 North Main Street in Leominster. All the spices of the Southwest, blended with the flavors of the Gulf Coast, served in a festive island setting. Happy Jack's is more than a restaurant. It's an attitude, wrapped in a fiesta. Check them out on the web at happyjacksrestaurant.com. Try the quesadillas. Definitely enjoy that, and the homemade chips and salsa. Gotta love that over at Happy Jack's. Halftime scoreboard here tonight. Doherty already a winner over St. Peter Marion, 42-6, the final score of that one. Third quarter score, Neshoba on top of Marlborough, a 3-point game there. Neshoba 16, Marlborough 13 through 3 quarters. St. Bernard's on top of Archbishop Williams. Oh, that is a final, 42-13, the final score there. The Bernardians improve to 4-0. Clinton on top of Quabbin, 29-7 in the fourth quarter. West Boylston on top of Air Shirley, 34-7 in the third quarter at Air Shirley tonight. Last update out in Burlington tonight. Burlington on top of Watertown, 13-0 through 1 quarter. Saturday slate of games. Fitchburg's at North Middlesex. Wachusett is at St. John's. Algonquin at Shepherd Hill. Monty Tech at Bay Path. Murdoch at Gardner. Groton Dunstable travels to Westboro. Assabet Valley in their visit to their rival at Blackstone Valley Tech tomorrow. Holy Name at Blackstone Millville Hopedale. And Hudson is at Nipmuc. That's your scoreboard for this week of action.
Go Nipmuc.
We will get our updates, the most complete post-game scoreboard coming up, and that is your halftime scores brought to you by our friends at Happy Jack's. Time now to recognize our peak performance of the first half. It's driven by North End Subaru, a proud member of the Colonial Automotive Group, located on Route 13, 757 Chase Road in Lunenburg. North End Subaru is proud to be a Subaru President's Club Award winner and a stellar performer dealer. Online at northendsubaru.com. Bill Thomas, Kate Robbins, who is our peak performer of the first half?
Okay, I'm going to let you weigh in first. I had all the input on the first quarter player.
That's absolutely tremendous, Billy. Thank you. I'm actually going to say, no, I'm fine. I'm actually going to go with Clint Mills. Having a receiver, number 1. Was that technically a flea flicker?
No.
It was a halfback option.
Yeah, it was a halfback option.
I got to work on my plays.
Or a toss pass, you could call it.
So on the halfback option, throwing for that first touchdown, wide receiver to wide receiver. Then in the very next offensive possession, having to come in when your star marquee man of the hour, senior captain, man about town, Drew Campanelli goes out of the game to come in and seamlessly be able to continue running that offense and get a positive score. That alleviates any pressure right now, especially for the first half of the game. For Drew Campanelli, he can monitor that shoulder, make sure that he's coming back and he's feeling okay. He doesn't have to be forced back, as long as, like Todd said, as long as they keep this score, manageable, as long as they keep this lead. I don't think you're going to see Drew, unless I'm crazy and he comes right back in. I don't necessarily think that he needs to come back right away. So I'm actually going to go with Mr. Mills for stepping in for the Colonials and just seamless transition there to end the half.
And I like your philosophy there, Kate, and I'm going to back you 100%. I was kind of watching Drew.
See that, Todd? See what Billy did?
I didn't watch the rest.
100%.
I didn't watch the rest of that drive, but I know that the Colonials ended up punching it in there, and I think you're 100% correct that was a big score for the Colonials. It takes the pressure off Drew, feeling he needs to come back in, and I think the coaching staff feeling whether they need to reinsert Drew in some type of a panic situation. I know they wouldn't put Drew Campanelli's health in question, but you're a little banged up, kid. Get back out there. I think that might even take that out of the equation. So we'll have to see going forward. The Colonials will be getting the ball here to start the second half, so we're going to know right away what their quarterback situation is going to be.
Indeed, we will. And with that in mind, let's talk about our mid-game adjustments. It's time to survey the field with our mid-game adjustments, brought to you by Whitman and Bingham Associates. Civil engineering, land surveying, and environmental planning at its finest. Services for residential, commercial, and industrial projects. Offices in Leominster and Chelmsford. Learn more online at whitmanbingham.com. Experience is in the name. Whitman and Bingham Associates. Mid-game adjustments.
Well, I like to see a defensive backs paying a little more attention to their assignments. The few pass attempts that the Colonials have completed, they were doing a good job of flooding the zone and then picking out that one guy that just went uncovered. They ran a touchdown pass, a couple of first down plays, and then obviously that halfback option.
Here we go, begin the second half. Pablo Rodriguez pops up a little end-over-ender, a fair catch called for by Clint Mills, and he makes it at the 35-yard line of the Colonials.
He heard us talking about him.
Can you talk about that that fair catch and why we might be seeing more of that this season?
Yeah, we'll start seeing more of those fair catches now, as right now the MIAA following the NCAA rules, which with a fair catch inside of a certain distance on kickoffs to avoid the run backs and what they believe is one of the most dangerous plays in football, they'll give you a touchback if you fair catch the ball inside of the 20-yard line.
And I think it's a great rule. And, it's we've seen the pros go to that automatic touchback on kickoffs. And, I think it's all about the safety. So it's a good rule for safety. And we do see Clint Mills out there under center.
Indeed. And here's Mills on first down. The motion man was White, and they will go to turn the corner. Now handoff straight up the middle. Schaefer tried to break away, and a little shoestring touchdown saving tackle made there. 34 on the play is Bryant Cordero, and he had him by the string, and he pulled the string, thankfully, out from underneath the Schaefer.
Yeah, I don't know how he got that shoe top there, but nice misdirection there in the backfield. A lot of commotion between the motion man and the running backs, and the great deception by the Colonials, and that quick hitter busted that for some good yardage on first down.
And here we go. First down and 10 now for the Colonials. They move the ball into Blue Devil territory for the first time here in the second half, to the Blue Devil 49-yard line at right hash. Shotgun set. White's in the backfield with Clint Mills. Remember, Drew Campanale is out. There's a delayed give. No, a keeper straight up the middle this time for Mills. Mills finds room to about the 46-yard line before being taken down on the play. Gain of 4, and that'll bring up a second down and 6.
Got taken by the jersey on his left shoulder, just like.
Yeah, trying to see who that was. I'm not sure if it was Anthony Tochi or exactly who's out there on that corner position there. Could have been. I'm looking at 64. Could have been Zach Calladay that got a handful of jersey on the way by.
Keep scanning the Shrewsbury sideline to find Drew Campanale. I'm not seeing a number 10 over there.
No, he went out, remember, right before the last series, before halftime. He went down hard on his non-throwing shoulder. Left side, went down, was treated on the sideline, and as Kate and Billy have been mentioning, we have not seen him out there. Clint Mills continues as quarterback, and right now, no sign of Drew Campanale. Here's the snap. Mills, the keeper. He got hit, and hit some more, and back he goes on the play, the initial hit. Manny Pena with the initial hit for the Blue Devils, and finished off by a host of blue and white.
And that's on-field tackling right there.
That was some little pinball action there, but just to speculate a bit about Drew Campanale, I'm wondering if not seeing him on the sideline, maybe taking for some precautionary X-rays. And
there he is, right there. I can see him as they call the timeout on the field. No longer wearing a jersey or shoulder pads. He's wearing a white long sleeve and an ice bag taped up. So Drew Campanale's night is done here in week 4 of action.
If you're the Blue Devils coaching staff and you see that is just, you need to amp your team up and say, look, they think they have enough of a cushion that they're taking him out. Injuries more than likely not huge. That's, you need to go out there
next week.
You got to go out there and you need to take this game back. This is not over. That's what you got to be telling them.
So
and I mean, they see number 4's out there. Go to town.
They're showing an abundance of caution because they don't respect us.
That's what you would say. I don't necessarily. I don't necessarily agree with that. But if I'm a coach, that's what I'm telling my athletes.
That's what I'm whispering.
That's right.
You take
Remember, I told you, whispering and we don't get along.
Use whatever you can do. 3rd and 11. Trips to the left of the formation. formation out of the timeout, out of a gun. Mills the snap. Hard roll to his left. Squares his feet. Flings it. It's a wobbler downfield. It is tipped and incomplete. And a flag is out on the play. Whoa. Jump ball deflection made there. 5 was Felipe Garcia. He get up and swatted it away. And now we've got a flag coming from the wing official on the Colonial sideline.
It's pass interference.
And they're indicating a pull maybe of a jersey, but the ball was deflected away before it even got to the receiver.
But there was an additional Blue Devil.
Pass interference, the signal against Leominster. Wow.
Yeah, it looked like the defender that was behind the receiver there grabbed the jersey, and if the double coverage, the front defender had a chance to the interception. Not sure who that defender was, the Blue Devil playing safety back there, but it's going to cost him 15 yards and a first down.
One has to think that that is concerning, to say the least, that the back judge who was officiating the play with all 3 players directly in front of him doesn't throw a flag, but the wing official from 20 yards off the play on the Colonial sideline comes up with the flag indicating a pull from behind. Hard to tell.
He had a better view.
Don't think so. Don't think so. You know, he had about a 0-degree angle to that call. That's a no-go in my book. 3rd down, 10 to go. Make it 1st down and 10 to go. Here's the give for Schaefer. Schaefer straight up the middle of the field. Gains 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5 after the penalty. And here's my concern. As we've said, week in and week out, every time there is a big play for either team on either side in any game we've been in, the officials have seemed to want to involve themselves in the football game.
Penalty seems to change the perceived outcome of a good play.
Zach Calladay right now for the Blue Devils limping and in massive amount of pain on the defensive end. He can barely walk right now, and that is a 64. That is
Zach Calladay.
Zach Calladay. That's one of your captains over there for the Blue Devils, and he's not taking himself out, but he is putting almost no weight on that left foot. He just took a knee right now, but when he gets up, he's favoring that left side. They're taking him out.
Yeah, they're going to make a substitution.
He can barely put any weight on it.
It looked like the trainer was out there
trainer's
telling
like,
the official,
you're coming with me.
He was able to trot to the sideline, so that's good news. Maybe just a stinger or landed awkwardly. Still running up the Blue Devil side of the field. So good news there. We'll keep an eye on Calladay, see if he's able to return to the middle of the Blue Devil defense.
As the trainer's chasing him up and down the sideline.
He's like, I'm going back in.
Exactly.
Clint Mills in a gun. Snap. He's going to keep this one. Takes it to the left side of the formation, just off left tackle. He gets popped a couple of times, brought to the turf, but just enough across the 25 at the 24-yard line for a Colonial first down. And more importantly, although the clock stopped temporarily on the first down, there's the wind to keep it ticking. Down toward 8 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. The Colonials have all night long. The Blue Devils are the ones that need to stop the drive and get the ball back.
Yeah, and it looks like they haven't really missed a beat, the Colonials have, with Mills in there, quarterback, and he's only a junior, and you know, I'm going to pick that low-hanging fruit, and we're seeing the quarterback of next year here for the Colonials getting an early preview.
Indeed. Under center, Mills, 2 backs offset left. Calling signals. Here's the snap. Give it straight up the middle. The big boy is Tucker Montague. Montague finds some room off the left side, cross the 20, cut down around the 16-yard line. Goes for a gain of 5, and it will be 2nd down and 5. Second half kickoff brought to you by Fidelity Bank of Leominster. The idea that businesses do well creates a brighter today and tomorrow for everyone involved. It's a win-win-win. Now, who doesn't like that? Your Fidelity Bank, helping you get where you want to be with heart.
Yeah, I gave him a little more forward motion there, Todd. We're going to have 2nd down and short here.
Wow, indeed.
A short 2.
There was much more room on that play than I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2nd down, 2 to go. Under center, Mills.
Hi, Billy.
They find themselves right around the 15-yard line. Here's the snap. Give it this time to Montague, who goes into the hole on the right side of the formation this time. Picks up 4, maybe 5. He's got himself a first down and goal to go, it looks like, right around the Blue Devil 10-yard line as the Colonials go right to left here in quarter number 3, and we wind under 7 minutes to play here in the 3rd. It's 28-12. Shrewsbury on top of Leominster. Again, with Drew Campanelli on the sideline, Clint Mills, the backup quarterback, in, not because of the score, because of an injury late in the first half to Drew Campanelli.
And Mills on the verge of punching him in for 2 straight scores here, taking over after that injury and then leading them on this second half opening drive.
The offensive efficiency not stopping.
Mills under center. Snap this time. Give. It's White. White finds left corner. He gets high load on his way to the turf as he gets taken down right around the 7-yard line. Del Judas was the low man. He get up a little gimpy on the play.
That's a tough 2 yards to get.
Adam Couch in there also on the high-low and cutting him off in the corner. Yeah, you're right. They haven't really missed a beat since they brought Mills in. The offense looks very familiar, very similar, and I'm sure he's very familiar with the offense they're running. Probably runs the scout team and probably takes half the snaps during practice. So it doesn't look like they've missed much of a beat here.
And here comes Mills into the huddle. He'll have 2 blacks evenly split behind him as he goes under center. Oh, shifts 2 from the left side of the line. Now overload to the right. And that'll draw the timeout from Coach Palazzi. He'll take the 30-second timeout, stopping the clock. With 5:34 to play in the third quarter, 28-12 Shrewsbury's lead, and the Colonials threatening here on a 2nd and goal from the Leominster 6.
Yeah, and I think what we were seeing there was, once again, the Colonials were going to flood the zone with the receivers over there, and we've seen how the Blue Devils have had trouble maintaining the coverage on all 4 receivers that end up in that zone. Somebody seems to lose their defender, and Coach Palazzi wants to talk about the defenders on that strong side.
Time for a check of our time and temperature here in the second half. It's brought to you by Chapdelaine GMC. The right truck can make your job easier. Selling and servicing commercial trucks since 1969, Chapdelaine has the best selection of commercial used trucks, period. Stop by Route 2A in Lunenburg or online at chappygm.com. 55 degrees and 7 minutes of 9 on a Friday night, September the 28th. Third quarter action. Colonials threatening on a 2nd and goal from the Leominster 6. Snap goes opposite direction, flip for White. White is bumbling and stumbling, and just enough to the goal line. It's a Colonial touchdown.
Once again, using that shift to pull the strong side away from the way they were going to run the ball, they weakened up that side defensively and just man-on-man blocking, ran that sweep to perfection.
5:27 to play in the third quarter, and the Colonials' lead continues to swell. It's Shrewsbury 34 and Leominster 12.
Once again, Mills, 2 drives, 2 scores. Like I said, they didn't really miss a beat there when Campanelli went down. You hate to see a star player get hurt, but when you can just plug in a player and then come back with 2 straight scores, Colonials look like they're marching their way to their 4th consecutive win.
Todd's getting more love on Facebook. Now Ryan Rendon chiming in saying hello.
Appreciate that. There's a throwback.
What does hello stand for? Hi, Empress.
No. It's great to see all of these fantastic Blue Devils of the past turning out as well. Some of them still involved in local football, playing semi-pro down at Doyle Field, but most importantly, all coming out for 20 games for 20 years and getting to see some of their games back on television, celebrating Leominster's 20 years of television coverage.
Ryan will be looking for hockey coverage, too.
He will. He can find that after the first of the year. Hint, hint. Eddie McAdam drives the extra point up. Team's coming back up the field. 5:27 to play in the third. Shrewsbury 35 and Leominster 12. This is Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers over on Leominster TV. Keith DePerry is driving the bus out here at Multi-Sport Stadium. Bradley Bedard is down on the field with a sideline camera. Jack Selly and Chris George are back at master control right now, and they are both in the truck and in the studio at Leominster TV, bringing you replays and the graphics you see on screen. Great job by everybody. It's an all-hands-on-deck kind of night here on Leominster TV, and we do certainly appreciate that. We also want to thank, by the way, Shrewsbury Access, who was nice enough to loan us an extra 6-foot XLR cable in order to make this whole thing possible and make our connection possible.
Thank you very much. Looks like we're going back to a conventional 2-receiver setup here. Apparently they don't want him chasing the ball. Just whoever it goes to, run it.
Back to Multi-Sport Stadium at Assumption College. Shrewsbury's got the ball on the T40-yard line at our right, and they've got a 35-12 lead. 5.5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. There's the kick, end over end. Full head of steam. It will be returned from the Leominster 20-yard line. And a gang tackle at the 25, and down they go. Return man was swallowed up quickly. Couldn't tell if it was Couch or Elias.
It was
Gabe Elias again?
Yep.
Fine, Gabe.
That poor guy, he gets it every time. The way if they can find him, they kick it toward him. But you know what? He's taking it like a champ. He does everything he can, and he's moved the ball out each time he's gotten a touch of the football on these kickoffs.
Do what you got to do.
Indeed. Here's a first down and 10 to go.
Billy Todd's getting even more love on Facebook. This is ridiculous.
The 27-yard line. Thank you. Keep it coming.
We gotta tone him down.
3 receivers set. The snap for Cora. The handoff for Couch. Couch with some room. A little shoulder shimmy. Crossing the 35, and he steps out of bounds right around the 38-yard line.
Clock's never been put on.
Yeah.
No one put the clock on.
That's okay. That benefits Leominster. Keeping that third quarter clock.
The clock on.
Just keep it stretching. The more time, the merrier.
Just saying is all.
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Hey, take what you can get. Remember, coming up post-game, we've got your most comprehensive scoreboard in Central Mass. It'll be right here on the K-Zone because everything else will be over with our 7:30 kickoff tonight here at Assumption College. The snap and the give. This was Connor Marchand's first touch of the second half, and he bowls his way forward across the 40 and taken down right around the 42-yard line for a Leominster first down.
Moving the chains.
7 seconds off the clock on this drive, and Leominster's got a first down. That's pretty impressive for 2, maybe 3 plays. Take it where you can get it. 35-12 is the lead right now for Shrewsbury. Coach Palazzi wants to see this offense start to click.
I think they're going to stay basics here. No sense trying to get fancy. Let's just try to put a drive together, create some momentum. Create some momentum, exactly. One snap at a time, one first down, one drive at a time.
1st and 10 from their own 42. Offset split. Cora, 3-step set on the snap. Floats it out, looking. Jump ball tipped and incomplete. Ryan Turner had body position. Arlie Galat was the intended receiver.
You know it's bad when, as a receiver, you have to turn into a defensive back in the middle of a throw. Well, never a good thing.
That shows the inexperience, sophomore versus, what we saw Drew doing with some pinpoint passing, right shoulder, left shoulder. Doesn't sound like much, but it's a big difference.
And remember, Drew Campanelli went through his own growing pains his sophomore year. So you know what? The future is nothing but bright. If you're J.C. Cora, the thing is, he would like to win now for his teammates.
I'm still going through growing pains, but that's just because my stomach is getting bigger.
Oh, ease off. Oh, my,
your hair continues to grow.
There's the snap. Flags out on the play. Cora is frustrated as the snap count got blown on the field by the Blue Devils. So it'll be a 5-yard penalty. 2nd and 15 coming up.
I like to see the emotion, though.
He didn't just gently lob the ball to the referee there. He kind of gave him a little overhand fastball there.
So I've been there. I've done that. I've gotten yellow carded for doing things like that. I don't advise it. Yep, might have chucked a volleyball at an official one day.
Cora back into the huddle. Oh.
Those were
She's all mine, folks. Yep. She's all mine.
Those
the volleyball
second down and 15.
And the softball.
2 receivers to the open side right.
Swimming, though.
Couch is in the backfield with Cora. Here's the snap, and he rolls out hard to his right. Throws on the run, and there's the flag out on the play. And yes, the Felipe Garcia was throwing a flag of his own, and he's right. Defender was there, jumped the route, and they didn't touch the ball. They touched nothing but Felipe Garcia, and the flag is down at the 45-yard line. That will be a first down for the Blue Devils on the pass interference.
The only thing that I do get a little bit concerned about was that the play was telegraphed. The reason that the defender was there so early is that Cora was essentially making eye contact for a good 2 to 3 seconds with his intended receiver. If you're going to telegraph that first look quite that much, be ready for a defender to jump that route.
And it'll be a first down and 10 for the Blue Devils after the penalty to their 45-yard line at right hash as their march continues from left to right. Here's the snap and the give for Couch. Couch dips his shoulder going into the left side of the formation. Cross the 45, dragged down at the 46-yard line. Goes for a gain of 2, 2nd down and 8.
Couch on the carry.
Leominster High School football on the K-Zone is brought to you by Rollstone Bank and Trust, rock-solid banking since 1846. Garapy Furniture and Mattress Center in downtown Leominster. Rhino Linings of Leominster, where nothing beats a real rhino. Bolton Orchards, apple season is here. And Woodcombe Insurance, right coverage, right price. On 2nd down, out of an eye. Cora, the fake roll out to the left. Flips a pass to Marchand. Double team sandwich of Marchand, and the football wasn't there in time. Another pass interference coming up this time against the Colonials. There's some extracurricular conversation on the sideline. There's a flag out on the sideline, and this could nullify a penalty which went in Leominster's favor. Somebody got a little chippy. Coach Palazzi gets in the middle.
Boy.
Now there's a hat being thrown. Coach Palazzi or somebody may have just been ejected.
They're running out of flags out there, and I'm not sure what's going on. It's on the opposite side of the field, but definitely a lot going on the sideline.
Just a lot.
Cooler heads will need to prevail, but the wing official on the Leominster sideline certainly lost his cool, as did the Blue Devils. He threw every flag that he had in his pocket, and then he added a hat on top of it.
And it happened right where Coach Palazzi was standing, too.
I can't imagine it's on anybody else.
It looked like Coach Palazzi was going in to make peace at the end of the play because there was a flag thrown on somebody else on the sideline, and then all of a sudden he got into it with the wing official, and that's when the hat got thrown on the play.
Here we go.
Unfortunate to see this transpire when Leominster was going to get the benefit of a couple back-to-back flags. Here comes the first signal. Pass interference against the Colonials. That'll be a spot foul and an automatic first down. Then a dead ball, personal foul against the Shrewsbury. Then an unsportsmanlike conduct against Leominster. Those offset. And so the ball will be spotted with a first down for the Blue Devils at the 45-yard line of the Colonials. So somebody from Shrewsbury was involved in that first flag. I thought it was against the Leominster sideline because of where the referee on that side, that wing official, was barking toward the Leominster sideline. There had to have been a Colonial in there somewhere.
Usually when you see Coach Palazzi get animated, I mean, he's an Italian. He's Togo's son. He's going to gesticulate. There was none of that. But as you said, it happened right in front of him. But clearly whatever happened right there.
Indeed. So those offset, but the pass interference stands. So it's an automatic first down for Leominster. Back to pass on a three-step set. Cora floats it out down the left sideline and couldn't get it into the basket of Felipe Garcia down the left side. Incomplete, second down and 10.
Quick go patent there by Cora, but I don't think Garcia had enough separation. Didn't look back until the ball was already coming over his shoulder, but good idea. Just got to work on that timing. It's all about the timing, and that doesn't come overnight.
Now, isn't that a life lesson, Bill Thomas? Life is all about timing.
It's all about timing.
Both of you need to stop.
We're turning into motivational speakers.
It's like chicken soup for the soul with Billy and Todd. It's a football game, gentlemen. Let's go.
On each side of you.
Let's go.
Third and 15.
None of this feelings stuff.
Here's the snap on 2nd and 10. Fake the handoff. Cora tucks the ball, looks for a hole, found it, stood up at the 41, and driven back. You saw his head snap back a little bit there on Cora as he took a pop from two defenders. Slow, staggered, but he's up, and
the huddle is this way.
My name is JC.
You notice?
Last name Cora.
Connor turned him around in the right
Tucker
direction.
Montague was the one that said, howdy do.
The insult to injury is he got up thinking, I've got to run all the way from this side of the field to the other side of the field to get the play. Coach Palazzi sent in a hand signal to send him the call.
Try number 34 on your play sheet.
Yeah, that'll work. Here we go. 3rd down and 5 for Leominster at the Colonial 40. Snap and a hard roll to the left for Cora. Throws on the run underneath, looking for Galat and incomplete. And that'll bring up a 4th down and 5. This has been the story all night long. He's missing wide receivers in the way that we've seen in past years other quarterbacks struggle to find their distance. All of a sudden now, he can't quite seem to find the distance on the patterns for his receiver.
I don't necessarily think that one was all that bad. I just think that they're not on the same page.
And also, I think a little bit of body control there. JC's not getting himself in a good throwing position, especially when he's rolling out to his left.
Always the problem with throwing on the right.
You're throwing with your body reversed. You're trying to start a step, turn your body, and then that just alerts the people downfield that something's coming. Allows the defender to close in on the receiver that JC's been looking at.
Big
tonight. 4th
down here.
And Leominster will go for it on 4th down and 5. 2-back split under center. And yes, timeout on the field.
Let's talk about it, shall we?
Let's not only talk about it, let's think about it. 30-second timeout for Leominster. Stops the clock with 2:25 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Shrewsbury's lead is 35-12. Leominster High School football on the K-Zone is brought to you by Enterprise Bank. Create success. Troy Hebert Construction, your first choice for your needs. Schofield Power Equipment, done right the first time, you've got Schofield Power. Acme Carpet One, 4 generations of quality work from your neighbors. And Techner Apex delivers your customized solutions.
You know, I think when we look back in this game, at least up to this point, it's really a tale of two plays that went badly. You know, that snap over the head for a fumble, and then that halfback option led directly to 2 scores, which has really created separation.
So out of the timeout, 4th down, 5 to go. Leominster needs the Colonial 35 for a first. Here's the snap for Cora. He's got the ball in his right hand. He'll tuck, throw a little fake, hits one defender. He gained 3, but that's not going to be enough. And flag is out at the end of the play. It was a turnover on downs. The Colonials had the Blue Devils off the field. There's now a second flag out on the play.
We got a hat going anywhere now? No.
So this could end up being unfortunate because if
Yes.
it was on the Colonials on the initial play, it would be a Leominster first down and the drive continues. If it now offsets, the play stands. It's a turnover on downs, and the ball goes back to the Colonials. And Coach Palazzi is not happy. He's speaking his piece to the officials on the sideline. The meeting continues between the crew chief wearing the white hat and the wing official over on that side of the field. He's certainly been busy with flags. He's thrown 5 in the last about 3 minutes of game time.
The officials are off the field. They're still talking off
in the
the
back
field.
Oh, they're collecting their flags. They got like 8 of them over there. But I think maybe best case scenario, that might have been a continuation play, maybe a unnecessary roughness, but then a dead ball foul.
Correct. Was the first foul during the play. If that was live ball, then perhaps that stands. Then you get the 15 yards after that. This is going to be interesting.
So
we'll see how it gets sorted out.
Leominster would keep the ball in that situation. So I'm sure that's what the officials are talking about. Let's see if we're right.
A convention of 5. Looks like they're going to call the roll here on the sideline. Standing right about the 38-yard line. They've got a quorum. They've got everybody in stripes present tonight.
All right, let's
I'm a zebra. You're a zebra. Where's the zebra?
Yeah, somebody got a face mask. What do we got? Unnecessary roughness.
This is painfully long.
All right, here we go. Officials coming out. Now they're coming toward Coach Aloisi. Now we're going to get a signal.
Okay.
Dead ball. Personal foul signaled against the Colonials. 15 yards and a first down. Then a dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Leominster. 15 yards will come at the end of the play.
Confuzzled.
So Leominster's drive continues, bottom line, and it continues without going anywhere. So the yardage offset, the enforcement occurred 15 forward and 15 back. You're at the same place. The 38-yard line, and Leominster's drive continues with a first down.
So how does Leominster get a first down out of the offsetting dead ball fouls?
Well, now, see, I think the first one,
because he shouldn't have been a foul.
Yeah,
that's what I think it should have been.
That one should have been a live ball call. That was coming on the way out of bounds.
That was part of the play. Before the whistle, I think, I don't think that first one was a dead ball foul. How about your Zebras get back together and give us a better explanation? Because I'm not sure what we saw there.
Still conversation. Coach Aloisi talking to the crew chief.
Oh,
and the flag is out for a sideline warning.
He's done. The white hat is just done.
Yes, the white hat just spoke to one of the coordinators, and he had plenty to say.
Back it up.
Sideline warning against the Colonials. There'll be no yardage, but his message is received. I've had enough of whatever you had to say.
This is what we call classroom management.
Where's John when you need him? The get back coach. You know, he would never let that happen on the Blue Devils.
Coach Aloisi, he walked 5 yards in the other direction. He wasn't getting involved in that conversation. So, oh my, tempers flaring here in the third quarter. Hasn't been a lot of points. 35-12, Colonials lead. They've scored 7 here in the second half, and that's been all the points that she wrote. Back to pass, looking on the slant, throw is incomplete. Felipe Garcia was the intended receiver. The hit came after the ball passed through the area. Nice coverage in the area by Jackson Lane, the defensive back. And the Colonials, by the way, they play 4 up front, 2 linebackers, and 5 defensive backs out on the field.
Yeah, and they're definitely flooding those zones, you know, wherever the strong side is, and just not a lot of room for Cora to slip those balls in there. That one he tried to thread the needle, just couldn't quite get it there before the defender broke it up.
Second down and 10 from the Colonial 38-yard line at left hash. Shotgun formation for Cora. Couch is in the backfield with him. 3 receivers set out in the formation. Here's the snap. It was low, but it was fielded. He got the handoff after the counter motion to Couch. Couch got to the outside, but the bear trap was there. It was Cam Schaefer, and down he went. Lost 2 on the play, 3rd down and 12.
Nice ankle tackle there by Schaefer. No way Couch was getting the corner there. Once Schaefer got him around the angles, he was down. Once again, a very slow developing play there, and just giving the Colonials way too much time there to use their speed to react, especially to those sweeps. I'd like to see him get back to pounding the ball up the middle. I know it's not pretty, but let's just drive it up the middle, get some success out of this.
On 3rd down and 11. Ball at the Colonial 41 at left hash now. Here's the snap. Cora, hard back, fake, sets, looks up the left numbers. Did he find him? Yes, he did. Zach Del Judas made the catch low at about waist high across the 20 and out of bounds at the 17-yard line. Pretty pitch and catch, and again, only where his tight end Del Judas could catch it.
Yeah, he did a nice job of leading him there to the sideline, and Del Judas showing great hands there. All hands on that catch.
A gain of 22 on that play. Here comes a first down and 10 to go at the 18-yard line after the gain of 22. Cora Del Judas keeps the drive alive.
Beautiful replay on LTV.
Two-back split in the pitch, and here we go. Couch in the race to the corner. He got the angle, and he is out of bounds right about the 15-yard line. A very exciting gain of 2, second down and 8.
Clock is winding.
Clock continues to run here. Cora's going to come in with a play. Under a minute to play here in the third quarter. Clock stopped out of bounds, so 53 seconds to play here in the third. 35-12 is Shrewsbury's lead. Leominster looking to put another one up before we go to the fourth quarter. Cora under center the snap. Gave it to Couch. Couch follows that left tackle into the hole on the left side. Cut down right around the 10-yard line. Gains maybe 6 on the play. Call it third down and about 3 to go. They need to move the football to the Colonials 7 for the first down.
Nice little drive here, but big third down play. Looks like going to get one more play off here before the quarter winds down. Love to see the Blue Devils punch it in right here.
And here we go. Clock winding down toward 20 seconds to play in the third. Leominster will get a playoff out of a two-back set. Snap, give it to Connor Marchand. Marchand protects the football into the pile, and he bowls his way again right up about in that neighborhood of the 7-yard line. We'll see left foot, right foot spot, whether they got themselves a first down. It would be a first down and goal to go, and it will come in the all-important fourth and final quarter. Teams change ends. Shrewsbury 35 and Leominster 12. The all-important fourth and final quarter when we come back. This is Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers on Leominster TV at the end of 3 quarters, 35-12. Shrewsbury with the lead, as we said. We want to thank the great supporters of Leominster High School football on Leominster TV, the El Camino Restaurant, Troy Hebert Construction, MP Crowley Company Incorporated, Dream Kitchens and Baths, and United Solutions. Thank you for supporting LTV Action Sports and making this great programming possible. We also want to thank Keith DePerry, Bradley Bedard right here at Multisport Stadium for their assistance. Jack Selly and Chris George back at Master Control at Leominster TV, pushing the buttons, bringing you the replays and graphics that you are seeing on screen tonight. And Jack's also out there moderating the conversation on Facebook Live as well, chipping in with some conversations and thoughts out there. We love watching the conversation out there. We can't mention all of you, but we thank all of you out there. We saw Larry Giannakis is in there. I see Ryan Rendon in there, Jared Wilbon, lots of Leominster names from the past and present out there and chipping in as well.
They're only talking about you, Todd. No wonder you love the coverage.
No. There's a lot of other conversations. I've seen they've got some advice out there. Most Monday morning quarterbacks do.
I'm the only one that can give advice.
Back to Multi-Sport Stadium on the campus of Assumption College. The teams have changed ends. They are measuring things out to make sure that spot is accurate.
I do love that. You change ends for the quarter and let's
now you measure it. You know, why didn't we measure it before we moved
They measured down here.
Oh, so they wanted to
set the
place
chains,
it, and then they brought it back down.
They placed it off the 15, and then
this is what happens when we talk.
You would have to pay attention in order to know. I didn't notice. Bill Thomas all over
They let all the players leave, then they brought the chains out.
So here comes fourth down and about 1.5 yards to go. I formation, Cora's under center. Snap, give it to Marchand. He was hit almost immediately. Wing officials are crashing on the play. I'm not certain that he got the ball to that 7-yard line.
No indication.
No indication as of yet. Colonials are saying no, and they are right. Officials have signaled turnover on downs. Leominster did not get enough. 5 seconds into the fourth and final quarter, Leominster's long drive is all for naught. Still 35-12 Shrewsbury, and Shrewsbury's got the football in the long field and an offense that can drag this clock out.
And speaking of dragging out, what did we get? 2 drives in that third quarter, I think, right? Shrewsbury scoring drive, and then the Blue Devils chewed up the rest of the quarter, but then unfortunately turned it over on downs right there. That was it in the third quarter. 1 drive each way.
Clint Mills continues at quarterback for the Colonials. If you're just joining us, Drew Campanelli, everything. Quarterback for the Colonials, everything for the state of Massachusetts potentially right now. Went down with an injury right before halftime. He was tackled on a run. He landed on his non-throwing shoulder. He is on the sidelines and out of gear. As we come back to live action, the give for Alex Cashman. Cashman got some room into the second level across the 30. Go 40, taken down around the 45-yard line. He almost broke it free. And all of a sudden, that long field is that much shorter. Huge play for the Colonials. They are keeping the foot on the gas here in the fourth quarter.
And the only thing that stopped the touchdown there was the speed of Adam Couch, corralled him from behind.
So as we were saying before, we were so rudely interrupted by a huge play. No, honestly,
by a game.
A fantastic play there. Clint Mills continues at quarterback for the Colonials in place of their stud, Drew Campanelli.
It's good to see Drew on the sideline here, but he is iced up and like I say, an abundance of precaution, I'm sure, going forward here for Drew.
Huge week for them. It's the crosstown battle, Shrewsbury versus St. John's of Shrewsbury, next week.
That's going to be a huge game.
Pretty much.
Indeed it will. Here's the snap and the give, and straight up the gut it goes, and breaking away. Here goes Tucker Montague. Montague to the races, down the hashes, to the end zone. It's a Colonial touchdown.
And we talk about busting up the A-gap. They took advantage of that right there, right up the middle, and just bulldogged his way through.
Not just bulldogging, Bill Thomas, bulldozing did Tucker Montague. 57 yards straight down the stripes.
Talk about busting one straight up the middle, and I'm not sure he was touched, maybe at the initial point of contact, but there was no catching that load once he broke free.
9:52 to play in the third quarter. 41-12, Shrewsbury's lead. Eddie McAdam to attempt the extra point. Jack Sully telling me Mike Lasorsa chiming in. He's watching.
Fitchburg alum.
Fitchburg alum. Leominster resident.
Back from Florida.
Snap ball down. McAdam's kick is up and good. Team's coming back up the field. 9:52 to play here in the fourth quarter. It's 42-12, Shrewsbury's lead. This is Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers on Leominster TV tonight. Again, we thank you for joining us, whether it's on the channels of Comcast, Verizon, your Leominster TV station, the stream at leominster.tv, or on Facebook Live, where we've had hundreds of you joining us and checking in as well. We do appreciate your being a part of this coverage. Talked to Coach Palazzi before the game. We were down on the field, and he said his office has been getting calls. People are loving this coverage, having the opportunity to participate with us each and every week live and with the video too.
I mean, you talk about expanding. I love all the media outlets that you can get us on, and I'm enjoying watching ourselves here on TV on Kate's phone.
Back to Worcester tonight, campus of Assumption College. 42-12, the lead for Shrewsbury tonight. And what was their homecoming never cometh, as they did not finish their stadium project in time. They'll delay that until a later week. And so in the meantime, Assumption College plays home for them tonight. And it's been a friendly confine at 42-12 on top of Leominster. Kickoff to Gabe Elias. Finds some room at the 25, go 30, and cut down around the 31-yard line. So Leominster's got the football back. Long field and a tall task. So now the question becomes, look, you've got 9:45 to play here in the fourth quarter. You're losing this game by 30. Chances are you're not getting back into this one. So the question becomes, what are you playing for? And to me, Bill Thomas, you are playing for the remaining 4 weeks of this regular season. All of it hinges right now. You get it together now, maybe you find yourself 4-4 through 8 weeks.
I mean, you're playing for next week now because you don't want to stop building. The season's only 4 games old, and you got 6 games left to play. There's no quit. That's obvious, but
the give to Couch on first down. He keeps it alive, bounces to the outside, and he's still playing.
And I'm about to say, there's
35,
no Couch.
go 40, and he's out of bounds after a gain of about 8.
And there's no quitting that number 21. Couch is going to keep those legs moving, and I think the rest of the Blue Devils are going to follow suit. The score is the score, but you never stop learning, and Coach Palazzi's never going to stop coaching, and he's coaching for that next play, that next series, that next game. And I know they're not thinking about Doherty, but, they get a game next week, and you can stop building on that game now.
And that'll be another undefeated team next week. Here's the snap and the give, and up the middle goes Marchand. Another one, never say quit. He'll battle his way to the 45, and it's a Leominster first down. Check that. That was Couch on the carry for a first down.
Well, now I have to change it in my stats.
My apologies.
That's right. Marchand's going to get the carry here. It's going to balance everything out.
Right. In the grand scheme of things, even things out. 42-12, Shrewsbury's lead.
I'll be sure to rest on that, Laura.
9:15 to play here in quarter number 4. First down and 10 for Leominster. Just a step inside of right hash at their own 45, going right to left. Walking to the line. Here comes Core to go under center. Offset eye to the right. Receiver to either side. The snap. The pitch. It's Couch. Couch has got a chance for a pass. He'll unleash one down the right sideline. Jump ball tipped. It was Del Judas who was looking for it. And Del Judas realized how many navy blue shirts was with him. And he said, to heck with the Cats. Just bat this thing down. We don't need it picked off.
Interestingly enough, I think he had the best position. He might have been able to catch that, but that play just took way too long to develop. And Colonials were all over it by the time they were realizing what was going on. They could recover downfield. No easy play there on that little trick halfback pass.
Good penetration into the backfield for sure.
That's a play that just needs to flow. Once the halfback stops and starts looking downfield, everybody recovers. That's got to be a flow. That's like a wave. It's just got a continuation.
On second down and 10, the snap straight up the middle. This is Marchand. Marchand on the carry, gain of 1, maybe 1.5 on the play. It'll bring up third down. We got to pick a power player in the second half, and it's brought to you by the all-new Colonial Ford of Marlborough. Proud to be the latest member of the Colonial Automotive Group, serving Eastern Massachusetts since 1992. Home of the best selection, service, prices, and most important, the best reputation. Online at buycolonialfordmarlboro.com. Yes, you can have it all at Colonial. Power player of the second half, we're taking nominees.
Well, you know, I don't want to sound like a broken record, so I'm not going to, but the one power play I saw was Tucker Montague on that burst through the middle. I'm going to give Mr. Dozer for the third quarter touchdown there, that power play of the quarter.
I backfield here. Here's the snap. 2 fakes. The rollout for Cora. Cora trying to direct traffic to Del Judas. It just creates a little more room where he can get on the sideline, step across midfield. They say no, just out of bounds at about the 49-yard line.
Nice little read there by JC, not trying to force something in that he could get on his own. And I think that's coming with maturity. He's got to understand those situations, especially in those rollouts. When to hold them, when to throw it, you know, when to. It's just about making a good decision. Every play Cora is going to learn, and it's plays like that he needs to grow on.
You're singing a country song over there?
Indeed. All he needs is a red pickup truck and a little bit of melody.
You gotta know when to Really, Billy?
Indeed. Here we go. Fourth down. Leominster looking to keep the drive alive.
Yeah, I think
know when to walk away.
You sound
bad.
better.
It's very bad.
You sound better.
Watch out, JC.
Snap going the wrong way downfield.
That's not
He'll
good.
chuck it out of bounds.
Yep.
Flag is down. That one never made it to the line of scrimmage. It'll be intentional grounding, but either way, the ball was going back to the Colonials, and that's all defense there. That was a coverage sack downfield. Nate Hodela, the linebacker, was applying the pressure that ultimately caused the flip out of bounds. But either way, downfield, there wasn't much there, and the ball will go back to Shrewsbury. And with that 30-point lead at 42-12, 7:48 to play here in the fourth quarter.
And I think all things considered, JC was running for his life, and the Colonials are going to end up with the ball right about where if JC gotten tackled, they were going to get the ball. A little preservation of life right there, I think.
Colonials take a timeout on the field. Here's an opportunity for our in-game update. It's brought to you by Mike LeClaire, who's out on coverage tonight. Mike LeClaire was out covering the Maynard-Oakmont game tonight out in Maynard. Maynard is a winner tonight, 44-21 over Oakmont. Thank you, Mike LeClaire,
Is that
for that one.
4-0 Maynard, I think.
Yes, I believe you are right.
Yeah.
Coach Ogilvie and company having a great year there in Maynard.
Looking to return to the Super Bowl.
Indeed. Heck of a nice guy, too, by the way.
Absolutely.
Tigers,
Had him on
Coach
Scholastic
Ogilvie.
Sports Zone. He's a regular and a fan favorite. But, yeah, they lost a tough Super Bowl matchup last year, and I'm sure he'd like nothing better to get back to it.
And with this timeout, good opportunity to name our Good Hands Play of the Day. It's brought to you by Allstate Insurance agent Patty Pritchard, helping people get the insurance coverage they need for more than a decade, committed to providing you excellent service, treating you like a member of her own family. Now opening a new office at 423 Main Street in Fitchburg. With Patty Pritchard in Allstate, you're in good hands. Our Allstate and Patty Pritchard insurance agent, Good Hands Play of the Day by far. That toss pass from Clint Mills for a touchdown right before halftime that put this game well out of reach. I believe it was 57 yards on the pitch and catch from Mills downfield to Schaefer for the touchdown. That is our Good Hands Play of the Day by Allstate insurance agent Patty Pritchard.
And that's while Campanelli was still in the game.
Yes, it was.
And then all of a sudden Mills comes in and takes over. Let's give a little shout out to Zach Del Judas, though. He showed some good hands tonight on some tough catches, and I like to see him rounding into form. It can only help J.C. Cora out.
I can agree. Gain of 3 on first down. Colonials have called off the Dogs as they now have a lot of second-teamers out on the field. Motion man snap. Clint Mills is still running the quarterback spot, and the give straight up the middle, and there's Montague. And Montague continues to steamroll through 3 Blue Devils across the 25 and down at the 22-yard line. He rolled through Del Judas and a host of others to get himself to the 22, and it is a Colonial first down.
He definitely looks like a very tough play to bring down, just like you commented earlier, Todd. He's like a bulldozer when he busted through that line on his 60-yard run there, and similar right there, just busted through and just didn't want him to be brought down.
Short, compact. They put him at the tight end spot in some cases, and in others at the fullback spot. Here's a single back now in the backfield going behind Mills. Mills is standing up. He's going to wait for some of this play clock to run off as the clock continues to wind down towards 6 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Waiting on that 10-second call from the back judge. And there it is now, and now Mills will go under center. Scanning the line, shifts a man in motion, the snap, the give, straight up the middle it goes. Carry on that play, 30, clean number there. Tim Rifolo, the sophomore, gets his first carry of the game.
I like the looks of that play, though. A little reverse handoff there, and nice play action by Mills to hide the ball right up until the point of the handoff, and then Petty handed off with his left hand, which that's not easy, and a nice, well-designed play right there.
Mills and company takes their time, and it's an opportunity for us to talk a little bit about what is ahead. Devils finish their road slate of the regular season next week at Doherty. Foley Stadium will be the site. 7 o'clock the kickoff. Countdown to kickoff at 6:30 on Friday night, October the 5th. And then 3 straight home games, October 12, 20, and 26, with a Friday, a Saturday, and a Friday. And it appears to have been a delay of game against the Colonials. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. Wachusett, Shepherd Hill, and Algonquin down the stretch. So Leominster at the conclusion of this one will be 0-4. Next week against Doherty, a chance to maybe snap that, get themselves a win. Although Doherty having a fantastic year, they're going to come in with a 4-0 record after their big win, hanging 41 tonight on St. Peter Marion. Then it goes to Wachusett. No slouch. Shepherd Hill, Algonquin. This is a tough schedule Leominster faces down the stretch. It's not going to get easier. Coach Palazzi said it right from the start. Purely on paper, Leominster had the most difficult schedule in Central Mass to start the season.
Yeah, and it's not the first year that they've done that. I mean, they don't shy away from tough games, especially the open game or 2 of the year. But Coach Palazzi feels that if you got to get better, you got to play those teams, and you can't shy away from competition.
And they certainly have not. Hopefully we'll get an update out at tomorrow with the Fitchburg and North Middlesex game. We'll keep an eye on that one for you. Certainly should make some interesting news there, as Fitchburg is certainly looking to get their first win on the season. Here's a 3rd down and 12. Snap and the give straight up the middle. It's Rifolo on the carry. Short gain on the play. It'll bring up a 4th down and about 11 to go.
Nice tackle there by Brian Cordero. First time we called his number tonight. I'm looking quickly at Doherty's schedule up to this point of the season, Todd and Kate, and
that high-powered group of teams.
0-6. They're not giving up a lot of points. It's not going to get any easier for the Blue Devils offense next week when they go up against Doherty.
At the risk of giving you my true opinion, Bill Thomas,
Oh,
about that schedule, where
I'm
you're
looking at what
allowed
they
to be
played.
a Division III playoff team, and yeah, count how many Division III teams they play during the regular season, Bill Thomas.
They opened against Wachusett.
Leominster.
Yeah.
And that's that.
Yeah, and that's that.
Here's the pitch, and heading toward the end zone, inside the 5, Mike Bonolo, the junior, on the carry. He finds his way inside the 5-yard line, down around the 2. It'll be a 1st and goal for the Colonials. And that's my problem. That's my problem. The MIAA and the Central Mass Football Committee has allowed this situation to occur. Doherty was clearly better than Division 4, so they said, you need to step up and play Division 3 for the playoffs, but then they gave them a sweetheart deal and said you can continue to schedule your rivalry games against Worcester Pick-a-Direction High School. Those are not exactly Division III caliber teams, and they get the same number of points for winning those games as Leominster would beating Shrewsbury, St. John's, Marlborough. There's something wrong with that system that needs to be revised.
I'm looking real quickly. Holy Name hadn't won a game this year. St. Peter Marian's 0-4 now. Holy Name averaging 3 points a game. St. Peter Marian 12 points a game. So, yeah, you can kind of pick apart the schedule a little bit. Wachusett, we know who they are. They score points, but they even got beat 14-7 in the opening game. So
2 teams in your playoffs during the regular season. 2 teams.
Yeah.
Simply put, this needs to be a balanced schedule. That's what has got to happen out on the field. It's got to be a balanced schedule. There's nothing else. I mean, it's that simple. You don't have to play your Thanksgiving opponent. We all know that. Beyond that, you've got to play every
within
team
your own division.
within your own division. Yeah. And if you're not going to do it, then why bother having it?
And now that winning your league doesn't matter. You don't even have to play. People in your league. It is what it is. There's no incentive other than bragging rights to winning your league. You don't get any automatic berth or anything like that.
Turnover on downs at the conclusion of that play for the Colonials.
Blue Devils will go back on offense here with just under 3 minutes left in the game.
Chance to see some clean jerseys on the Leominster side as well. I think J.C. Core is going to continue to work at quarterback. And now Coach Palazzi wants a timeout to talk things over. Leominster High School football on the K-Zone is brought to you by Workers Credit Union, doing what's right for you. Happy Jack's Restaurant. It's an attitude wrapped in a fiesta. North End Subaru, a stellar performer dealer. Whitman and Bingham Associates, where experience is in the name. And Chapdelaine GMC, the right truck can make your job easier. Been happy to have you with us all night long here on the K-Zone, wherever you've been joining us at AM 1280, 105.3 FM, or streaming live the world over at WPKZ.net. We're with you here right up till the conclusion. Our big post game coming up next. We're going to get you caught up on all the scores going on across Central Mass tonight, and then we will work our way into coverage coming up on the other side. Red Sox baseball, I believe, behind us tonight. Hopefully, we'll get you there a little bit late, but a chance to maybe catch those latter third of the ball game.
Evil Empire in town.
Indeed they are.
Don Orsillo in town.
Yes, calling games for both Fox and TBS this weekend. I backfield. Under center, here's the snap. And the give, straight up the middle. It's Couch. Couch bouncing it to the outside. Couch has got some room. He's got himself down the right sideline. Couch is going to run out of real estate toward midfield. He's out of bounds, they say, actually before midfield, right around the Leominster 48-yard line, but it's a great run by Adam Couch.
35-yard pickup.
Nice job gaining the edge there. I'm seeing a lot of clean uniforms out there for the Colonials, numbers we haven't seen. So, you can kind of weigh this whichever way you want. It's a good little confidence build there for the Blue Devils if they could put a drive together, but game was lost long ago.
Indeed it was. That play going toward halftime very well may have struck the blow to Leominster. They had their chance with Campanelli on the sideline for the remainder of the first half and the entirety of the second, and it has not mattered. And that's kudos to Clint Mills, who's going to be one of my nominees for some of our post-game recognition. Coming in, didn't miss a beat. Yeah, he had a 21-0 lead or a 21-12 lead or whatever it was.
21-12, yeah.
But you know what? Didn't miss a beat. That could have gone south in a hurry, and it didn't. That's a credit to him.
You're right. He came right in and got right in there under center, started with his legs, wasn't afraid to throw up a couple of passes, and just made all the right decisions out there. Decisions were being made for him, and he was put in a position to be successful.
2nd second down and about 8 to go. Two backs split in the backfield. Core goes under center with a snap. 3-step set. He's going to float. He's looking down the right sideline. Juggle and almost hauled in, but at the very last second, not going to the turf. Look like a new number out
look
there.
like number 10.
Is that 10 or 12?
Yeah, I think
Don't have
it's
a 10. I got an 11.
No.
Must be a JV player.
No, is it turn around, man.
My goodness, very
It's a
difficult.
10.
It's a 10.
It's a 10.
Yep.
I don't have a 10. Once a year. They slip one by me once a year. They got me on that one. I don't have a number 10. Well, all right, nobody's
talk to the coach about that next time we get together.
We'll get that straightened out. Speaking of the coach, Coach's Corner coming up on Monday night over on Leominster TV, our partners. The TV edition of the Coach's Corner, 6 o'clock live on Monday night. Coach Palazzi doing some of those athletic director duties. So he has joined us in a couple of tape segments, our first ever Chalk Talks, as Adam Couch breaks away down the right sideline and into the end zone for a touchdown. 50 yards for Adam Couch to the end zone. Puts Leominster back a little bit into this football game with 1:20 to play in the fourth quarter, and nonetheless, a personal score of 50 yards. Couch able to continue to passionately drive the ball down the field. So Coach Palazzi will join us for Chalk Talk via videotape, sitting in live in studio with myself and Kate. Our own Bill Thomas makes his first appearance in the studios of Leominster TV. 6 o'clock live Monday night on Leominster TV and also on Facebook Live. So join us for the Coach's Corner.
Looking forward to it.
Ball is down. Pablo Rodriguez kick is up and through, and the teams come back up the field. 42-19, Shrewsbury's lead a little bit smaller. 1:20 to play in the fourth quarter. Leominster back on the attack, kicking off when we come back. This is Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers joining us on Leominster TV tonight. Once again, want to thank our great staff working with us tonight. The hustle out there, staffers, volunteers combined. Keith DePerry with us on main camera right now. I've seen Bradley Bedard working the NFL Films-esque sideline camera down there with the monopod, trying to get you those in-action shots for some opens later on. And then, of course, Jack Selly is back at Master Control with Chris George with the replays and the graphics as well from both the truck in the parking lot and also from upstairs in the studios of Leominster TV as well.
Back for the Colonials, #1, TJ.
Back to Multi-Sport Stadium on the campus of Assumption College. Ball's on the tee, 40-yard line at our right. Todd Robbins alongside Bill Thomas and Kate Robbins for WPKZ tonight.
All hands team in here, you think? Onside?
I'm thinking push it downfield, see if they misplay it. And it takes about a million-step hop, and it gets needled down at around the 21-yard line. And Cam Schaefer says that'll be enough. And the clock will continue to run
let the clock run during change of possession?
No, generally. I think somebody might be done.
Yeah, I think that is about it. As they have decided to allow you to see that continue to tick, and of course it's within a certain point spread that they allow that to happen, and so the clock does continue to run on this change of possessions, which I'm a little surprised when it was a 30-point game they weren't doing this.
Yeah, one play here to finish the game up.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's where they'll be. They'll snap the ball under 40 seconds, and this will be the last snap from scrimmage. Clint Mills will come out in victory formation. He'll take a kneel down and a round of applause. Pinch hitting for Drew Campanelli. Comes in when it's 21-12. He had already thrown a touchdown pass on a toss pass and gets himself a victory tonight as the final 20 ticks will come off the board. The officials have signaled the end of this one. The clock is still running, but nonetheless, it's Shrewsbury 42 and Leominster 19. The Colonials improve to 4-0 on the year. Leominster falls to 0-4.
And it's not going to get any easier next week.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
I can't do this again tomorrow, Billy.
Seemingly they blend into one another.
The coach would probably love to say, let's get out there tomorrow and play a game to try to, just get away from this snake bit situation we're in here. But It's not going to get any easier against Doherty next week, as we already previewed a little bit.
Indeed, it will not. But our most comprehensive scoreboard is up next. We'll have all the results around the region for you coming up in mere moments. We'll also have your final stats of this one, plus a preview of upcoming action. All that coming up as our post-game show comes up next. If you're joining us via Leominster TV, we thank you so much for joining us. Replays are available throughout the week and weekend. Don't forget 20 games for 20 years, continuing into the middle 2000s this week. More details on that on Facebook and Twitter. And then, of course, we've got that live Coach's Corner coming up 6 o'clock on Monday night. Once again, want to thank Bradley, Keith, Jack, and the rest of the folks, Chris as well, back at Master Control at Leominster TV for all their hard work. Thank them so much for their help tonight. For Billy, Kate, and myself, we say thank you so much for joining us. Until next week. But it is time for you to flip on your radio, AM 1280, 105.3 FM, and streaming live at WPKZ.net. We've got your post-game show up next. TV's off, radio's on. We continue with you here on the K-Zone. 42-19. Shrewsbury is a winner tonight. We will be back in a moment to Multi-Sport Field. This is Leominster Football on the K-Zone, WPKZ.